Well, good morning or good evening, everybody. Got extra gay curtains up for everyone tonight. So, compliments of Baby May. I guess they were out of the Hello Kitty. All right, so we'll just wait and see if anybody's here today or tonight or wherever you're at. And then it's open mic. So, whatever you guys want to do, we'll probably do it. One person watching. Well, thanks for joining. I hope you can hear me and see me, or just hear me, maybe better. They changed StreamYard around, so it took me a while to figure out what to do. Hey, my friend Ian. Been wanting to talk to you, but you refuse to get Messenger. I don't know what the deal is with that. Yeah, I did sleep in late. It's almost 6 o'clock. Good Lord. China Dave, what's up, my brother? Everything cool? Hey, Dune. There's Ed. Good morning, my brother. Always nice to see the same people coming on. Nice to see the new people, too, but, So what do you guys want to chat about? I've got, hey, Belgium. What's going on, Paul? I've got some topics we can do. Yeah, what's up in Kansas City? Oh, thanks, Ian. Appreciate you, buddy. So, yeah, I've been wanting to ask you about some stuff in Australia and then also some personal life events. Kind of wanted to get the update. Hey, Premium. Let's see. Got your coffee ready? Yeah. And I got my coffee ready too, boss. Right there, baby. Michael Simpson, how are you? Hydrate, bend at the knees, and click the like button. That is the drill. That is that's the only thing we ask for here, is that you like it. It helps an algorithm, whatever that might be. Hey, Donnie, what's going on? AKK back is full lockdown. No shit. No domestic air travel or buses either. Well, hey, Vern just got into Thailand, I guess by the hair on his chinny chin chin. So, and then what's his doodle? AJ, he's bouncing around in there. But Bangkok is back to full lockdown. No domestic air travel or buses. So, Donnie's my nickname from my friend Gary. We call each other Donnie, just to keep things clear, which comes from Tom Galena, which is a whole other story. Okay, we could do 5 hours on that. Gary, you should come on the show. Maybe you could explain what's going on. Let me know if you want to come on. Yeah, talking about May. She spent the last 4 days, other than yesterday, she was fine. Right back to the migraines. So she was 4 days in bed. And so here's the dealio. We've done the eyes. We've done the glasses. We had the tooth extracted. She was fine for about 3 weeks after the tooth was taken out. And then she had a flare up. And so all this week, I haven't done any videos or anything like that. Just kind of been, preoccupied with her and other things that we've been trying to do. So I went to the dentist and got my teeth cleaned day before yesterday and told her what was going on. So she's referring us to a neurologist to get, and the good news is May's got Phil Health. So if they want to do MRIs or CAT scans or any of that kind of hoopla, then they can do that. And we will, we'll get to the bottom of it. And I've got this, I had this list that you guys sent me of different medications that you guys take or have taken or know of or whatever. And I asked the doctor, the dentist rather, I was trying to sneak a script out of her. I go, hey, can you write me a script for one of these things? She goes, I'm a dentist. So if a tooth is causing a migraine, I can talk to you about it. But sounds like she's got other issues. So anyway, that's that. We'll get it figured out. She's fine today. She was really frisky yesterday. She was really happy to be over it. So we were all over the map yesterday. Hey, Mexico, what's going on, Daddy-O? The lockdown, for some reason, I shouldn't say this out loud because then it'll get squished, but we're not even affected. The lockdown dealio is happening, I believe, in Manila and Cebu. And then Enrique did a video, and I posted it up on my Facebook, where he was just basically reading the news. And apparently, I don't know what the timeline is on this. I forgot. But you have to have a vaccination card in order to go into like a supermarket or a restaurant if you're in Cebu. And I think Manila is going into lockdown, but don't quote me on that. And it changes every day anyway. And the only thing that crossed my mind was, what if they don't have enough vaccines? I don't know. I'll have to ask Gio or somebody out there what the hell's going on. Good morning. Good morning, Jumbo. May says hi to everybody. She's over there jacking around. Oops. Hey, Michael. Toronto, what's going on, Andy? I hear Phuket, Thailand is open for vaccinated foreigners. That's Gary was telling me about. They call it the sandbox. I heard the same thing, but I don't know. Hello from Australia. Send an aircraft carrier strike group. Yeah, right. Yeah, we got each other live, buddy. Thanks for coming along, man. Yeah. I guess a lot of guys, are packed, ready to go, and rock and rolling, but you can't get in. I can't leave. I can leave, but I can't get back in. So unless there's an emergency, I'll just sit tight. And then the biggest fear for us guys over here is what they do is there's a guy that I know that's got a house or a condo in Cebu, and he's been wanting to get there and take care of his business. But here's the dealio. You have to get a COVID test before you travel. And that in and of itself, I guess, is no big deal. I think it costs $150. But if you test positive, they just put you in quarantine. No questions asked. You got to do that. So none of us want to, and you might have a false positive, and you could be vaccinated and come up positive. And all these others, the bottom line is nobody wants to go into quarantine. So even just the thought of traveling for me is squished because there's probably a 50-50 chance that I could test positive. And I'm not going to go spend 14 days in some shithole, pardon my French. Great to see you, Paul, in Baltimore, Maryland. You're a sight for sore eyes. Well, thank you, Terry. Appreciate you coming along. Have you heard anything on Boracay, the tourist bubble they're working on? No. Boracay, I believe, is the island that they shut down, if I'm remembering correctly, so that it could breathe and let the ecosystem come back because there was a bunch of sewage and crap going into the ocean and a bunch of illegal businesses were operating there and trash and pollution, if I'm thinking of the right place, a while back. And it recovered nicely. Mother Nature took over and cleaned it up all on its own. Hey, Paul, 5:50 in the afternoon here in Boston. Can't wait to travel to Dumageddon. Well, we can't wait to have some people show up. I mean, it's we're losing people with a lot more attrition here, and there's no addition. There's a few people squeaking in, but they're going through quarantine, and they have to have special visas or be married, dual citizenship, that kind of stuff. Just to flip in here on a tourist visa is not happening. Perth, Australia is great, but Sydney is gripped in lockdowns. Yeah, I was talking with a guy from Australia yesterday or the day before, and he was, in fact, that's the guy that wants to go to Cebu, now that I think about it. He's from Australia, and he was talking about what a nightmare it is trying to get back home. Hey. Let's see. Hey, Paul, what was the best way to find a girl there if you're an American? I guess show up and be a nice guy, brush your teeth, comb your hair. You know, Dean put out good. Well, we go. We're already into Dean. Dean put out a video about the sexy Orlani being possibly pregnant. Well. Is she or is she not? Hello, Paul, you silver-haired rascal. Hope you and May are doing well. Stay safe. Well, thank you, old soldier. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see, Edward. Your friend Mark calls the YouTube logarithm. It's a mathematics major that drives me crazy. Algorithm is correct. I haven't seen Mark in forever. We were supposed to get together for lunch. It never happened. And then I think he's distracted. I think he's buying a cruise ship or something. I don't know. Ed Jelly towards maintaining the coffee surplus with Gaylord's bail bond. Forgive him, Gaylord. That's funny, Ed. Thank you for that. That's funny. I had such big hopes for Gaylord. Oh, my secret channel is going to be up and running this week, and I'm having a big problem as usual with the channel art because it's got to be a certain size. So I'm going to try to figure that out. And I don't have any pictures on this computer from my phone. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do, but I really need someone to come over and help because whenever I download pictures on my old computer, they just go off someplace and I couldn't find them. And this artwork that's got to be in the background on a YouTube channel, it took like 3 or 4 different people to work on getting the right size so it would fit just on my regular channel. And so I don't know what to do. I guess I'll just launch it without that, but I've got to make some content. And I was going to do that this week, but May got sick, so we kind of got sidetracked. Let's see. Sorry about I wish you the best. Thank you. God bless you too. She's better now, but we're drilling it down. I'm glad we're proactive on it. Things move very slowly out here, and that's something that I've had to adjust to. I think I've done a good job adjusting to slowing down and just accepting the way things are. My dentist name is Phil McAverty. Dean likes to call me Phil. Good morning. Love your channel. Just spent last year there in quarantine, and now I'm stuck here in Mississippi. Good Lord. Can't come back. That's a bummer. I had no idea that this thing was going to last as long as it did. And the more I think about it, the longer I think it's going to last. Because we got the Delta thing now. And then I don't mean to be such a pessimist. I'm normally very optimistic about stuff. But I think they're going to come up with the Echo variant and then the Tango and whatever else. Hey, Paul, I hope all is well by you. Actually, everything is pretty good here. So far, so good. We're able to move about the cabin as we prefer. We can go downtown, do Maggetti's, like rearranging chairs to keep things at 50%. Valencia here is pretty much wide open. The mayor's got a little different attitude. People are driving, people are walking and talking, and we just can't travel from one end of the island to the other, for example. But for all intents and purposes, I'm actually a very happy camper. May and I are getting along great. We've never really gotten along badly. We can buzz around. Everything's working. I have to mention this. The last video that I did, the audio was shitty. And I am so pissed off at this Sabine Tech company. I think the Filipina P was using a remote, a wireless microphone. And somebody told me it was a Sabine Tech like 6 months ago. So I bought one, and they sent me the wrong ones. Instead of the gold, if you will, they sent me the silver. And so they were supposed to replace them, and they ended up sending me 2 more silvers. And then I had to buy the gold. I'm calling it the gold. That's not the name of it. It's something else, but just for comparison. So I ended up buying one for another $150. So now I'm into this thing about 300. And then they didn't send a connecting wire. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. And long story short, the other day I said, forget it. I'm just going to use the premium one that I bought, which I'm calling gold here. And I'm going to record a video. And I tried it. I set up my camera. I went on their app. I put the microphone on, and I actually got up and walked outside the house and was talking and came back and was impressed that I could hear myself talking in a distance. However, it does me no good because usually it's May that is walking while I'm holding the camera. If we're going to do exterior stuff like showing the house or going into Dumageddon and all that kind of stuff we want to do. And we need 2 microphones. And in order to make that happen, I've got to take the good one, plug it into the phone with all these friggin' extensions, and it makes the phone lopsided. It's just a mess. I won't give you all the gory details. Here's the big disappointment. I had it turned all the way up. I had my volume turned all the way up on the phone. I did my video. I played it back, and it sounded fine to me. And then I had about 40 people contact me and say, Paul, I couldn't hear your video. 1 or 2 I don't worry about because I figure it's on their end. But for now on, I'm just going to have to take these Sabine Tech crap and put $300 or $400 or whatever I've got invested in it and just give it away to somebody. I'm tired of dicking with it. So I'm looking into some others, Boya, and what was the other one? Rode. Rode looks like it's got a nice one. I did a video yesterday with Bud Brown, and he had a $30 wireless microphone that worked just fine. So I'm confused. Yeah, that's my rant. Okay, I'm done complaining. The rest will be nice. Thanks, Chris. We're working on it, buddy. Let's see. Have you ever thought about growing your hair out? Johnny Winter lookalike. Yeah, but it looks like shit. I like long hair, but it's that in-between stage, where it's not long and it's not short. It's just not working. So when I was a kid, I had hair down to the middle of my back. Now that I'm 66, I have hair growing from the middle of my back. All right. Queens, New York, in the house. I don't know if it's available there, but Limitex and Max Alt really stops migraines. Well, I've got a list of all that. I'll write this down too. Hold on a second. See, every time somebody suggests this, I write it down. And you can't believe the deer in the headlights look that I get when I go to pharmacies and ask for this stuff. So anyway, bear with me, boys and girls. Who is it? LMITREK. It's hard for me to see. We don't have much light in here. Maxalt. All right. Thanks, brother. I got other suggestions that I've had. But the pharmacies out here, I've asked them about other ones. They don't even know what I'm talking about. How about seafood in the Philippines? Lobster, crab, oysters, and such. Biggest disappointment to me was the seafood out here. It's primarily it's lobster. No, never seen it offered. Oysters, never seen them offered. Crab, I don't think I've seen that offered either. And shrimp, they leave the shell on, which I can't stand. I like it all peeled and they're not deveined. you know. So if you order something with shrimp on it, they don't take the shells off, they don't devein it, and I don't know, it's just not my style. So seafood's a big disappointment for me out here. But maybe that's just here. I don't know. Maybe if you go into the big city, they've got all that stuff. I know Thailand had some great options for seafood. When I was a kid at home, I suffered severe migraines. When I left home, the migraines stopped. They were caused by nerves. That may very well be the case with May because she is an emotional creature. And, but 4 days, I've got to figure that's, I don't know if that would be emotional. I've actually considered the thought of, and she's open to the idea of having counseling because she has, as you can imagine, she's got some pretty strong memories of her childhood where she was shipped off to go to work and all that kind of stuff. So there are things she's very sensitive to. So like I said, we'll drill it down. It just takes forever and a day to get an appointment. Good evening, RL. Greg, from rather chilly. Oh, wow, 103 in Vegas. Well, that's not too bad. 103 is okay because it's a dry heat. No caffeine. No. Thanks for the mention, Ross. No caffeine at all. She'll have, what did she have yesterday? She had, we went for sushi. We got this thing where we can go for $12. We get this platter of sushi. And I had a Coke Zero, and May had a 7-Up. And it's the first time I've seen her drink a soda pop in maybe a year. I don't know. It was hot yesterday. Maybe that's why. But she generally will drink pineapple juice, water, hot water. She likes hot water. Sometimes she'll have a mango shake if she's feeling froggy. And but no caffeine, man. None. In fact, she just wakes up, makes the bed, then goes outside and starts raking leaves. She just, she's got her own caffeine. Good morning, New Jersey. What's going on, New York? A shipment of 4565 coming in from two different countries. They're going to have to get them out here, buddy. I don't like to quote facts and figures because I just hear stuff, but I think a very small percentage of the Philippines is vaccinated. I don't know if there's any blowback or pushback by the locals. I was told yesterday by my friend that I can get a vaccine, but May can't because of the age deal. They're working that way. And he had to wait 5 hours to get he got vaccinated, Johnson & Johnson. He had to wait 5 hours. If I get vaccinated, I need to go to the barangay captain and put my name on a list. There's no point in signing May up because she's too young, even though next month she does turn 36. So happy early birthday, May. Let's see, the UK is sending 415,000 to the Philippines. Good. They're going to need to. Somebody's going to have to help them because, yes, you can do, let's see, you can, there's Gary. Yes, you can, I guess it's go to Phuket. However, they just changed the program that you can't go anywhere else in Thailand. So that's probably what Vern did. He's probably out there with AJ because they're both in Phuket, I think. Because I don't know. And then the other thing, I was talking with Gary on the phone about this. There's nothing to do. There's very few restaurants open. Very few hotels, I guess, are open. So, where are you going to eat? Hey, Brooklyn, what's going on? K9, my hero. Good morning. First comment, or your page jumped. Thanks, buddy. My page is always jumping. People that are vaccinated are still catching the variant. Yeah, that's what's going on in America. They're putting masks back on. See, that's where I think the optics are wrong in America. And I don't want to get into this big COVID thing. And the big vax, so should you or shouldn't you? Because it just gets old. Um, and I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't get vaccinated, but if they want people to get vaccinated, there should be some sort of reward for that, don't you think? Okay, you got the shot, you have a card, you're free to roam about the cabin. But now you got the shot and you have to put on a mask. I think it's confusing people. I think people are thinking, well, why should I? It may make some people think that it doesn't work or it's not effective. It makes me think that. Like if I get the shot, but I can still get sick, and I can still get other people sick, that's going to take the people that were questioning the vaccine and push them over to the edge of not getting it. Make sense? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm usually wrong. How much does it cost to buy and maintain a cheap car? I don't know. I've failed at each attempt at buying a car. And do you want a cheap one or an inexpensive one? Used car, I will say this, used cars hold their value out here. They're pretty proud of their cars. So I had a guy the other day offer me his 3-year-old car with about 50,000 miles on it, I think it was, stick shift, which I didn't want. And he wanted half of what he paid for it new. And it was too old. And I did buy one car that was a total dork, and I got my money back out of it, thankfully. So it wasn't too bad. I looked at another car that was more money. I was going to pull the trigger on it, but it was just too old. And I thought, it's so different out here. There's no AAA. There's no tow trucks. And I keep thinking that the primary reason for us to buy a car is to go on long trips. Because I don't want to take a scooter on a long trip or even just an hour out of town. I'd like to take a car because on the scooter, I can drive an hour there and an hour back. But the danger is it starts to rain, and rain just comes out of nowhere out here. And then you got a problem, or I got a problem. It comes down in buckets, and you may have to pull over for 3 hours till it passes, and then it's just the danger level. And I wear glasses, so the water gets on there. I got to take off my glasses, and now I can't see, and yada, yada. So obviously a car is the answer to that problem. But I've decided to, for myself personally, I think I'll do it next week, in fact, is rent a car. I think it's 20, 25 bucks a day. Get a car, and we'll just go for a ride up to Chaton, which is where May's hometown is. It's an hour away. Her father has never sat in a car and wants to, if you can believe that. So we'll fulfill that fantasy. May's sister Riza, night before last, was on a hubble hubble. If you don't know what a hubble hubble is, that's a motorbike taxi. It crashed and she screwed up her legs. She got road rash. So we'll probably go up and see Riza and the kids, and we'll take them some stuff, some medications and all that, and some ointments, but I'm getting off track. But to maintain a car, it's cheaper out here than the States. Oil changes and all that. The issue is parts. There's a shortage of parts. Suggest cashing out 401k and live off the money until I turn 62. Thoughts? No. I would never give anybody financial advice if you saw what a cluster F mine was. Suggest cashing out. I wouldn't cash out. If I had a 401k, I wouldn't cash it out. I would don't you get a dividend every month? 59 is 2 years. 2 years to go. I would cut that out. It's primarily now that you can't travel. Unless you're just sick of working, which I completely understand. I was. I would talk to somebody that knows what they're talking about, buddy. That would be my advice. Go to a financial planner, an accountant, the guy that does your taxes, and see what he thinks or she thinks. But just on the surface, I would say, no, man, hang in there. Unless you just are ready to explode from working. Good morning, Skinner. Appreciate that, David Skinner. I think you should be the comedian on Mark's new cruise ship. Yeah. I can do 30 minutes. Let's see. Hey, Paul, good to see you. Regards to all. Hey, Keith, what's going on, buddy? Out there in Ireland. Greetings from Holland. Nice. In 68, I took an R&R out of NAM to Clark. Met a Pinoy buddy with a catamaran in Cebu. One of the places we checked out was Boracay. There was one, sorry, and maybe, yeah. Oh, yeah, back in the day, huh? Larry Thornton, let's see. Hey, Paul, if you adopt me, can I enter the Philippines? No, that's the thing, or I'd adopt all of you. So try to be the bone cracker. So try the bone cracker and eat soft food. Did you guys understand that? Good morning, Randy. Let's see, besides your pretty girlfriend, who would be a good Filipino to watch her channel and learn more about the province? Is there one you can recommend? Good question. Well, there's May, and there's May's sister. May lives out in Riza lives out in the province. So that's single mom Riza. Let's see. Who else goes out in the province? Jenny, Miss V, lives out in the province. What's her channel? Miss V's Diary or something like that. I haven't heard from her in a long time. Let's see. Governor Gwen announced she isn't running for president. She wants to remain governor of Cebu. Good morning, Ron. Sounds like a 5 sale day. Fantastic. When do you want to see the hammer? When do we get to see the hammer? Hammer Sabine Tech special with close-ups of the eggs. I tell you, buddy, I've been there. I've been like on the edge. I'd get a steamroller. What a bunch of crap. What a terrible, and I've written them. And the emails are just nonstop. And here's I'll give you one more bitch, okay? They don't have a phone number. So who wants to jack around? I don't want to jack around with emails back and forth. Someone was really cool because Amazon's phone number is hard to find. Somebody was totally cool and gave me Amazon's phone number and about this Sabine Tech crap. And I called them up. And they're the ones that ordered them to ship me out some new ones. And they ended up shipping me the wrong ones. But Amazon just gets on it and handles it. And you can talk to a human being. And talking is so much more effective. Because I'm not going to yell and scream and cuss. I'm totally cognizant of the fact that whoever answers the phone didn't create the problem. So people have this tendency to just unload on call center people for no reason. They didn't make it. They didn't bake it. They didn't shake it. They didn't ship it. They didn't do anything. They're only guilty of answering the phone. So I'm super cognizant of that when I call people. And when I called Amazon, I just had an awesome experience with them and the way they handled it. They looked it up. They said, we see what you're talking about. They contacted Sabine. Sabine started to call and kiss my ass. And then I made a big mistake. I ordered directly from Sabine. I bypassed Amazon. I thought it would be faster. A, it's slower. And two, I don't know. I've ragged on them long enough. Just, it's one of those experiences where you just have to, I'll donate those things to somebody else that does YouTube or a vlog, and maybe it'll work for them. I'll just give it to them. I wouldn't even bother selling it to them. I wouldn't feel right about it. I'd say, here. Hey, Paul, hello from Savannah, Georgia. I got my new passport yesterday. It took 20 days, paying about $200 extra to expedite. And my friend used regular service, took him 4 months. I heard that. The other thing I would comment on that is when I got my passport, I did not opt to get I think there's 2 passports they'll give you. One's like a card, if I remember correctly. One's a regular passport, and then there's another one that's almost like a credit card, I think, sort of like a backup. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I would get all that stuff. Hey, Jim, what's going on, man? Virginia Beach, welcome to the house there, Jill. Always good to see you. Hey. Hi, Jim. Oh, okay. You guys are chatting. Color it salt and pepper. What are you talking about? My hair? It was a long. Oh, we're talking about my hair again. Color it salt and pepper. Yeah, I guess I could. Oh, Mr. Ron was a long hair too. See? You rebel. Columbia, South Carolina is present and accounted for. Thank you. You can pass for 55. If I color my hair, there's a problem with guys that color their hair, though. As you can tell, it's colored. It's like toupees. I actually have kind of strong feelings about it. I think that if you have wrinkles and all that, just wear it with pride. I had this conversation a couple of days ago with my other friend Gary, and we were talking about vanity and looks and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's just a matter of accepting who you are. I don't care. If I look 75, it's okay. But I appreciate the suggestion. Now, I would color my hair or wear a wig or something like that if I was in a movie, playing a character. But for my everyday life, I figure it is what it is. Do they have goodie powder there? I've never heard of it. I work outside all day, always get migraines, and it stops mine immediately. If you can't get it there, I'd definitely order some online. I don't know what that is, but I'll write it down. Yeah, we don't have a chiropractor out here anymore. I agree. I miss him. What was his name? It was Dr. Joe or something like that. And he was a great chiropractor. I went to him a number of times. And he was actually the best chiropractor I've ever visited. And he's in Hawaii now. He retired. One chiropractor in our one-horse town. And he left. It's not really vein. It's their digestive tract. So sorry about May. We're praying for her. Thank you, Jill. Yeah, we'll get there. We're going to get there. We're working on it. Okay. Thanks, Ed. I think I've already got that written down. But let me write it down again. Max. Okay. Actually, I agree with Corpsman. Chiropractic when cures severe headaches. Oh, he's I've had about 5 headaches in my life, so it's hard for me to relate. I mean, I know what pain is though, but I had brutal neck pain, back pain all my life. And I've always found a good chiropractic visit where they pop everything. And this guy was amazing. He had me lift my arm up and I could only get it so far, and turn my head. I could only turn it so far. I'm pretty much in that shape again. And he did this whole thing where he puts you through these maneuvers. And at the end of the session, I was able to lift my arm all the way up. I had a much more range in my neck. he was just, I can't speak highly enough of this guy. Dr. Mike, maybe that was his name. Can't remember. Miss him, I'll tell you that much. Hey, Paul, in your expensive electronics, do you use a transformer and an AVR automatic voltage regulator? I do. I have a surge protector on the phones, and I've got one down here. Can you trust the chicken and pork from the local market? I don't. We prefer to purchase in the store as opposed to the outdoor markets. Just the optics of it turns me off. The flies, the cutting board that's never been washed, the knife that gets dropped and picked up, and they just sort of wipe it on their shirt and go back to work. So just the optics kill me. Actually, caffeine stops headaches. That might be true too. Maybe I drink a lot of caffeine, and I don't get headaches. Roxas is supposed to be the seafood capital, Roxas, of the Philippines. Anybody on here? Yeah, anybody who's been there, let us know. You can get most seafood at the wet markets there in Davao. Oh, yeah, well, that's a big fishing village, right? Because what's your doodles down there? I'm bad with names today. Morning, Vegas. Angelica. Always nice to have the ladies in the house. Speaking of ladies, here's Jill. Tampa Max. Canada without a script. That might be the way to go. Topamax. Sorry. Max. Canada. Thank you. Thank you, Jill. Canine massages. We can't do massages. Done that too, buddy. She loves good massage. I like a good massage, but the massage are shut down. That's all down in Dumaguete, and they don't have massage here in Valencia. So, good suggestion. We've done that, and I agree. I think, especially with her shoulder issue, that massage, if it's done right, is the way to go. The problem with massages out here, boys and girls, is they go to a massage school. May actually graduated from massage school with her friend Abby, and she quit after her first client. So much for her massage career. And she gave me a massage a couple of times, and they just teach you this routine, and pressure and arms, hands, legs, neck, head, and she's really good at it, but she's exhausted after she does it for an hour. But they don't teach them anatomy or anything like that. So if you say, I've got an issue with my neck, I could do that in the States, and they generally if you got a good guy, they can generally figure that out for you. Same in Thailand. You could have an issue, and they could figure it out. But out here, I've just found the massages to be very generic, very kind of like subpar, pretty much the same routine. And out here, you're a winner if you can find a place that's clean and changes the sheet each time, and the masseuse washes their hands and all that good stuff. So I agree with you, man. But out here, it's not even an option right now. Oh, thank you, Sam. Appreciate you. Sorry to say it, Paul, but you may be the cause of the migraines. Yeah, that's about the smartest thing anybody's ever said on my channel. For a mic, I use Electronics ES 5000. Get it on Amazon for less than $20, and it's Bluetooth. And buddy can't tell you if I'm on the phone. You can run two at a time. All right, China. I'm writing this one down. I just dropped my freaking pen. Wait, I have a spare. All right, so we start a new page here. Mike. So I need to, there seems to be issues with, here's the other issue. Let me complain a little bit more. I use Bluetooth for the gimbal, and then I put the Sabine thing runs through Bluetooth app. When I was using the Sabine, it canceled out the gimbal. I couldn't zoom in or out or anything like that, which kind of takes it away. So I had all these extensions to bypass the Bluetooth and use another mic, and I couldn't even hear it. So, all right, I'm going to try something new. I'd like to do it non-Bluetooth, though. I'd like to have something where you could just plug into my phone, a receiver, and then have a transmitter and have that work. Is that too much to ask? I guess it is. Let's see, Mike. Let me write this down. Plantronics. Amazon. I'll try it. I like Amazon. I like the price point. Let's see, Stephen North. Good morning, Paul from UK. Can't wait to get back to the Philippines. We can't wait to get everybody back here. I need some more people to get in trouble with. Also, tell her not to store too close to the computer screens. These are things that trigger my migraines. Blue blocker glasses may work for that. Haven't tried. Yeah, I got her glasses. The doctor that I took her to told her to stay off her phone. She doesn't spend a lot of time on the computer. She does to spend too much time on the phone, though. So, I don't know. We'll get to that neurologist. I want to get some tests on her. Caffeine restricts blood flow. Therefore, it alleviates the pain. It's impossible for caffeine to cause headaches unless you're allergic to it. Okay? Do not take the vaccine. I didn't say that. He did. In case you're listening on the radio, Donald said that. 91 in South Mississippi, Biloxi Beach. That's not bad. How's the humidity? See, I appreciate all this, guys, but we really let's not go in this direction. One's going to say this, and the other one's going to say that. We're going to spend the whole stream debating yes or no. And no offense, TW. It's just, let's just not go there. Good morning. I just received my Philippines 3-in-1 cape from Amazon. And you're on 3-in-1 cape from Amazon. And you're on live. Perfect timing. Well, good on us. I don't know what a 3-in-1 cape is, but I'm glad you're with us. If you are a USA vet, you can get the shots at the VA in Manila. But you can get the shots anywhere. And they're free. But I'm not a vet. Everyone required to wear a mask again starting tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. And mask indoors. Yeah. Thanks for asking. They're doing great. My dad's doing great. He had a mishap back in October. I didn't do any YouTube in October at all. I completely quit vlogging because I was all twisted about my family. And I was wanting to get home and couldn't. I was very frustrated and pissed off. I just wasn't in a mood for anything or anybody. And but I talked to all my kids, and they're all doing good. My dad's doing good. So life is good. Janet, let's see. I cannot imagine the Philippines opening anytime soon. Me either. The Delta variant is causing issues. The doctor thinks U.S. will follow the UK. The UK had 60,000 daily cases. During this, Delta went back to up to 40,000. TBC. And what concerns me is what's after the Delta. Dusty Hill passed away today. That's not good. But I guess it was Dusty's time, huh? Hey, what's going on in Wisconsin? They're supposed to keep you from dying if you get it after the shot. Milkfish, tuna. I love tuna belly. Me too. Tilapia, snapper, crab, as you said, shrimp. Name a few in the Philippines. Yeah, we went to sushi and they had tuna and they had some kind of white fish, imitation crab, of course, and salmon. And I like salmon a lot. Good morning there, Hawaii. Aloha. Do I plan to get a $5,000 or a $6,000 car? Not anymore. We're going to rent cars, and I talked it over with May. We opened up a joint account at the Bank of Commerce, and we are starting I'm taking a portion of my money that I get from YouTube and putting it into this account, and we're going to save on that for a year or two, and hopefully we'll buy a new car or one that's maybe a year old. I've kind of gotten away. See, the beater idea, buying a cheap car that runs good but looks like shit, that works in America because of the availability of parts and things. Out here, the opposite tends to be true. They look good because people are really concerned about appearances in their cars, but they don't maintain them. So it's a weird dynamic out here. If I was to buy, say, a 15-year-old Toyota Camry in the States, I would have a lot of faith in that car. I could run a Carfax on it. I can go online and find out all kinds of information just off the VIN number, when it was serviced, what's happened, any recalls on the car. And I'm armed with information. Out here, there is no information. And the information you get may be tainted. So the whole used car deal out here, when I went into that project, I had rose-colored glasses on, I'll say. And coming out of the experience, I feel like I'm informed now, and a new car just really makes the most sense. You can buy a new car out here for $10,000 American, but it would be a stick shift. And I don't think they have a version in automatic. So it would take us a while. We need some more stimulus money. That's what we need. Forget the vaccine. Let's get some stimulus checks out. No, maybe 12 or 13,000 bucks for an automatic new car. 16,000. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So the doctor is saying if the U.S. had 300,000, we would go back up to 200,000. You're out in UK, Janet. Ugh. Good microphones with 2 transmitters and 1 receivers. Yes, Comica. I bought this, haven't used it yet. Comica D, Rode Wireless. I heard the Rode. I watched a YouTube review on the Rode. It was about $300, and that one got my attention. Synco G2, a great value, recently reviewed. All right, buddy. I'm going to save myself some time. Hold on. Instead of writing all this stuff down, I'll just screenshot it. Smile. Smile, everybody. Okay. Thank you very much for that. Thanks, Jim. I appreciate you, buddy. Is it not true that many things cost the same or more than in the States? Beef, pork, electronic. Yes, exactly. They do. Yeah. Cars are cheaper, actually. In other words, I don't know of a new car that you can buy for $16,000 in the States, but you can buy a new car out here for 15, 16, 12, maybe. When we get our little account, we're going to go today to the Bank of Commerce. They got our debit cards ready. That was about a month. And then I've got money that I took out for a car that I was going to buy. I'm going to drop that in the Bank of Commerce, and that's going to be our fund, if you will, for a car. And then every month, I'm going to take X amount of dollars that I get from whatever and just stuff it over there and forget about it. But electronics are sky high out here. Beef, sky high. Pork is cheap. But any of your gadgets or gizmos are double, triple. Beef, way off the charts high. Now, pork is cheap, though. Rice, of course, is cheap. Noodles is cheap. Let's see, the vaccine was never meant to completely stop the spread. The vaccine was to stop people from dying. The vaccine gives you antibody to help fight COVID, drastically lowering your chance of death. Yeah, that's the common assessment that I still hold to, that it was not to be a cure. It was supposed to be like a stopgap. Let's see, it's starting to look like there's going to put more restrictions on you if you don't get the vaccine. That's what we were talking about. And out there where you're at in Davao, that's really a strict area. Stand up for Mark's boat. Yeah, he's trying to buy a cruise ship. Plus, there's a Delta Plus and the Lambodia from Peru. I am vaccinated. It was in San Diego. The Delta concerned me. Janet, yeah. I don't know, man. It's remiss. You get migraines, Ken? Let me put this on my list. I think I already got this one. I think I already wrote that down somewhere. Let's see. Oh no, all your women are broken. Best wishes to you. Yeah, all my little chickie peas. Little baby May's got her headache, and her sister raises got a scraped up leg. What are we gonna do with these girls? I'm the old guy. I'm supposed to be hurt. Janet, if you're vaccinated, you have antibodies to help fight the immune. You're safer. Okay. Kiki, do not cash. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Here's somebody else that. See, I don't like to give advice. Kiki, do not cash out 401k. Take annual withdrawal. Remember 25% taxes. I'm on board with you on that, Janet. Good morning, Paul, from here in Davao. We've just moved here. Regards. Hey, John and Elsa, thank you so much for coming by. I always wanted to go there. That's like D30's hometown, right? I heard it's the safest town in the Philippines. Yes, I'm ready to explode Canada Days return. Yeah. But remember, emotional decisions are the worst ones. There's 66 years of walking the planet, I will tell you. Emotional decisions are the wrong decisions. If you're reacting to external forces and you've been doing something like a 401k or retirement plan for years, and you're willing to just let it blow up because you're feeling emotional or frustrated or unhappy, that's not the way to make a decision. It's got to be logical. It's got to be based on just numbers and facts. And sometimes you got to talk yourself off the ledge, man. And what I did for 5 years prior to coming out here, where I was chomping at the bit, was I just told myself every morning, first of all, I gave my problems to God. And I said, here you go. They're bigger than me, but nothing's bigger than you. That made me feel good. And then I would just say, Paul, one foot in front of the other. Let's just get through today. Tomorrow's going to have its own set of issues. And the next thing you know, a year went by, 6 months went by, 3 weeks more went by. And as it gets closer and closer, you just have to get internally stronger. I should say. Men and women do not age concerned about meeting somebody. They are looking for you as we speak. Believe it will happen. Janet. Yeah, there's Janet. There's just giving us a nice woman's point of view here. Men and women do not age concern about meeting somebody as they are looking for you as we speak. Live your normal daily life. It will happen. Okay. There was a gentleman that asked me, how do I meet a woman out here? And I gave kind of a flip answer, but it's actually real. He said, just show up, be nice, brush your teeth, comb your hair, smell nice, take care of yourself, be hygienically correct. I'll address that. I had 4 or 5 different women, and May says it to me almost every day, tell me that when they met me, or we gave each other a hug, or we got within proximity of one another, they said, man, you smell good. And I don't use cologne. I don't use any scents. I don't have any bling. I don't do any body spray. I don't even use gel in my hair. I'm a real low-key guy. I just, the only thing I do is shave. And I didn't do that this morning. But I think what they were telling me, and then May always says it to me. And one time I gave May's other sister, not Louisa, a ride on the back of my scooter. This is over a year ago. And she didn't say anything to me, but she called May up and said, man, your boyfriend smells good. And it's this big thing. And I think what it transcends to is that I don't smell bad. In other words, I shower every day. I use deodorant. If I go out for 3 hours and it's been hot and I'm sweaty, I might take another shower just to feel clean, and definitely change my clothes, and then go back out. And a lot of the local guys here, they work outside, and of course they're going to be funky. But there's a ton of foreigners that just don't take care of themselves. They're just not hygienically correct. Their teeth are all nasty looking. They reek. They don't bathe properly. They got shirts. They got holes in them, and it's not because they're broke. It's just because they're pigs. So I found that to be a major. I've asked women. I go, what as far as all this goes? They go, yeah, we want a guy that's clean. Some of these guys are just such animals. So I guess that's the only advice I can give you. Bone cracker, chiropractor. It will pop her jaw. But if we had one, we'd do it. Filipina P is a good channel with excellent contact. Yes, it is, Angelica. She was on my channel about a year ago. I don't know where she is, though. I think she moved to Cebu. Because I think I haven't watched her channel in I don't know how long. Her and I told her, I think I said it on the channel, actually, or on the video that we did together. She had invited herself over. She was promoting her channel. And so she came over, we did a show together, and what was I going to tell you? Forgot what I was going to say. 5 sales as in your daytime. I don't understand that. What was I going to say about the Filipina P? Oh, she has her and I are 180 degrees. That was my point. She is scripted. She works at it probably, I don't know how many hours a day. But she told me, she said she will script out every word. And if she doesn't like a word, she'll go to her thesaurus, or however you say it, or dictionary, and search if there's another word. And she'll do all this research. And I mean, she plows in it. That's why she's got good content. She plows all this energy and time into it. And I just had to laugh. I said, really? So I don't do any of that. I just have a thought. And then I couldn't do what she does. I couldn't read off of a cue card and make it come across natural. It wouldn't happen. I'm not an actor. Where she is, she can act. And I'm the opposite of that. I don't know why I decided to tell you that. But I just set my phone up and talk for 10 minutes, and that's it. Do I know anybody in Bacolod City? I don't. I was wanting to go there. I know guys that live there, and they didn't like it. They said it was just like so many square miles, just by so many square miles. Yes, they have restaurants. Yes, they have malls. Yes, they have a lot of traffic. And they said, but once you get out of the proper city, it's just depressing. And it's like 2 hours in either direction to get to either nature or the beach. So very few foreigners live there, from my understanding. And my friend Gary here did live there. I mean, he was not happy with it. It would, again, be one of those trips that I think would be cool. May and I were trying to go there because we wanted to just go shopping. We heard there's a nice hotel for low money. It's been recommended by a number of guys that have been there. So we were excited about going there and staying at that hotel. They say it's like a 3 or 4 star hotel for $25 a night. So I thought that would be way cool. We were going to rent a car. We were going to go do some shopping and try out some different restaurants, get away from the usual stuff, just get out of town, you know. I'm sure you can relate during this time. And we can't go there. Gary Lafferty, Dusty Hill, 72. Yeah, we heard. ZZ Top. There's absolutely no way you just inherited 100,000. Would you stay in the Philippines? Yeah, I would. Yeah. I'd just buy a new car. Let's see, super sticker. Well, thank you, Fisher Lord. Appreciate that, man. Let's see, Janet. Paul, leaving the shells on shrimp really gives you wonderful flavor, but they should devein them. Yeah, I don't like jacking with my food. I don't like the shells. I like everything. I'm lazy. I just want to put it in my mouth and eat it. I do not. I decimated mine, just so you know. I was trying to stay afloat. I was trying to save my house. And it's a big mistake I made. Big mistake. I had over 100,000 in that and pulled it out and tried to save what I was losing. And it was my addiction to stuff that had me make a bad emotional decision. I was emotionally attached to stuff. And now I got a 180 flip on all that. We did these ballot buy-in boxes opening, and it was a bunch of stuff. And man, every time somebody would cart something off, I felt better. It's like, good, get rid of it, make it go away, you know. There's nothing here. I'm looking around. There's nothing here I can't walk, other than me, that I can't walk away from. And I wouldn't be ruined financially. I mean, I bought a refrigerator and a freezer, and we've got an oven and a blender and a coffee maker. And I bet you if you added all of it up, it would be less than I bet you if you added up everything we bought in this place, it would be under $1,000. Couch. Well, no, let me throw in the couch, the refrigerator, 4, 2, 6, about $1,000. But we've gotten use out of it. So now what? It's worth half. So I'd be walking away from $500. And I like that. I'm not walking away from 205 million. Let's see. Shave the head. Be the strong, bald-headed guy. I give it time to let it do itself. Here's Grumpy Dude. Let's see. Good morning, my friend. How are you, Grumpy Dude? I love that name, Grumpy Dude. Hello, Paul and May from Chuck W. I have both passports. Good. And the other one, the same size as the driver. That's what I was talking about. Good on you. That's the way to go. I wish I'd have got that. I didn't. Have you been harassed from a vlogger, The Raw Fact, exposing vloggers who were in his warped head or begging for money? Somebody sent me a link or a thing about that, and I clicked on it, and because my picture was on it. So I know who this person is. They've been bugging me since I've had Facebook. So yeah, I'm aware of them. They were putting, speaking about like buying boxes, they just stole my video and put it up on their channel. And then they're making these accusations that we're illegally making money and e-begging. Now, you see on the bottom of my screen, it says, thanks for joining me. It doesn't say thanks for sending me money or support my channel or please give me a donation. I don't ever ask anybody for any money, and I dare anybody to show me where I have. I've received money. I've received a lot of money for other people, which is documented that they've received it. But in my mind, I have a couple of thoughts about this. Number one, there's no such thing as bad publicity. So if someone wants to steal my content and throw it up there and mention, I just don't want them to spell my name wrong. And they can make all the accusations that they want. And none of them can they back up with any kind of facts. And that's just it. They have never confronted me personally. These people don't know me personally. They just see the videos. And they make accusations about me and pick a name. And they'll Bud Brown and I had breakfast. Did you guys know Bud Brown? Bud Brown is probably the nicest guy in Dumagetti. And we had breakfast yesterday and did a video for his channel together. Hello, Brooklyn, George. Anyway, Bud Brown mentioned that to me yesterday because he had seen it also and wanted to bring it to my attention. And he said, they did a video on me. I said, they did? You? Because Bud Brown is a 70-year-old man, married to the same woman for 40 years, and he just goes about his daily life and studies language and eats breakfast, and he'll take you with him with his camera, and he'll show you a restaurant, or he'll show you, he'll talk to you and teach you some words. He's the most benign, gentle guy you've ever seen. And something that Bud was doing was he was buying slippers, sandals, flip-flops, as we call them, for kids. That was his crime. He was buying, and he would go and he found homeless kids. They would hang out at McDonald's, this, that, and the other. He wouldn't find them. He would run into them. I run into them all the time. So he was filming himself, giving the sandals away, but he would take sterilizer, a bottle of like alcohol, and he would spray the kids' feet first and wipe them down and clean them up a little bit, dust off their feet, and make sure that they were sterilized. Then he would sterilize this. He was just following protocol and slipping the sandals on the kids' feet, give them a pat on the head, and the kids were happy. He did this great, gracious, selfless, beautiful act of servitude and kindness. And they did a video saying he had a foot fetish for kids. Okay, so that is who you're dealing with here on these people. And I know who the guy is behind the camera because I watched it. And I just sort of laughed at it. Please get my name right. And what they do is, I'll go on a little bit more about it because people ask me a lot. But I try not to give them any attention because that's what they're looking for. So all they're doing is not creating any content. They're just taking my videos and other people's videos and showing them. And then they're chastising me for having made them, but they're showing them. So can anybody explain that logic to me? And I've always figured, you know what? I don't really begrudge them. I figure that there's something in their world and in their life and in their mind that is causing them to spew out this venom and all of this angst against people that are not doing anything other than what we're doing, like right now, talking. Where I almost feel more concerned is for the people that watch them and cult like, they like believe it. I give all the credit to the viewers. I always figure, you know what? I'm going to tell you what I'm doing and I'll leave it up. That's why I try not to give advice. I'll just let you draw your own conclusion from what I've said. I have faith in the audience that they're intelligent enough to ascertain anything I may have said and draw a conclusion from it, good, bad, or indifferent. Same thing with those channels. If I watch those channels, they're saying that I'm taking money because I'm monetized, and yet they're monetized. They say it's against the law for me to make money in the Philippines, and they are running the same ads as me on their channel. Is there any hypocrisy there at all? Or is that just me being crazy? It's illegal for me to represent a business out here or sell a product out here. That's illegal. AdSense money, donations, super chats are just part of YouTube. And no, it's not illegal. That's what they're trying to say. We're all going to get blacklisted. We're all going to get deported. We've been reported to this. We've been reported to that. We've been reported there. And okay. Well, so far, no one's knocked on my door in 4 years. So it's just hyperbole. Hey, Paul, could you survive on? Yes. I don't know about Davao. I don't know what the cost of living is out there, but I can live on $1,300 out here right now if I had to. Good morning, John. Here's Grumpy. Goody powder and our BC headache powders, a holdover from pre-encapsulated capsules. Paul, shave it down, shave it down. Oh, you guys want me to shave my head? It's in your car selling days, but you were a finance manager, so I should have said 50 cars a day. Okay. Yeah, it's true. Goody powder is like BC Kyle Petty did their ad back in the day, like Jones Pills. Hello from my favorite fishing spot, Canada. Yeah, my favorite fishing spot. That's correct. Mark Petty is my fishing guide. What a great guy. Good morning, Paul. Mark from Denver. Hey, man, thanks for coming along. Let's see. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate you. Can you get Mio over there or something soon? Yeah, they sell Mio. Goody powder is used for headaches. It's the number one bought over the counter for headaches. It's not good for daily loose. I've never seen Goody powder over here. Let's see. Hi, Paul. Thanks for streaming today. Are there any psychotherapists? It wouldn't cost much. I'm going to first do the neurologist and then also look into a psychotherapist for her. So we're going to hone this thing down, and it wouldn't cost much because she's got Phil Health. So Phil Health is like $20, something to go see a doctor. X-rays and all that kind of stuff are 50%, and they're already cheap. So all that kind of stuff is relatively inexpensive. A friend of mine just had this big ass kidney stone surgically removed and then a stent put in from his kidney to his bladder. And it cost him, what was it? 120. I think it cost him about $2,500 for a 2-year surgery. So I just don't think the quality of healthcare out here is up to snuff. But as far as expensive, no. Let's see. I am 70 years old and my hair is down to my shoulders and my beard is longer. Only trouble is it gets caught in the car door. I can see that happening. My Filipino wife knows how to pick out the right food, including chicken and pork at the wet market. That's a very good point. I cannot walk through those wet markets without getting nauseated just by the smell. They got the fish, especially if the afternoon. I guess if you get down there at 4 or 5 in the morning and it's all fresh and it comes out, but neither one of us are going to go down there for that. Galpin sold me 550 Super Poopy. I know Galpin Ford. That's the #1 Ford dealer in the world. They're on, what is it, Sepulveda? Am I thinking right? Not Sepulveda. What are they on? Roscoe? Something like that. I had a severe headache and then it suddenly went away. I divorced her. Rojas. Vitamin D. We've got some vitamin D. Yeah, that was a suggestion already, Fisher. So we got some for her. Roxy's, pronounced Roxy's. C. Clean would be good. Yeah. It's funny, the small things. And I know it sounds maybe facetious, but clean. Just be a clean, and being nice and not being loud or pushy. Just being yourself goes over in the world, not just with the opposite sex, but with everybody. We're moving here to Cebu, Paul. Now that's 14-day quarantine from hell is over. God bless you. We are here to feed the poor and bring needed supply to orphanages. Well, good job. Right on, man. Come out here. I'll buy you a cup of coffee. How's that? Quarantine from hell is right. I can only imagine the conditions you got to live in. I think people get sicker. Well, they have to. I would just get sick. If you put me in a quarantine facility right now, I would come out sick as a dog. Let's see. Oops, this thing just jumped. Let me get back. Where did I go? Oh, there I go. Okay. A U.S. news report recently reported that car sales prices are up 40. Yeah, I did a video, a couple videos back, saying that if it was me and I was there right now, I'd just sell my car and my house, take the money, and go live in Mexico or Nicaragua or wherever I could get. But that's just me. Good morning, Kat. Yes. We have that too. I don't really like Filipina P much. I feel she says things that just apply to the divorced older men, which doesn't come off genuine. So I think she was purely doing it for the money. Well, that's an opinion. I won't debate it with you. I am convinced that YouTube is her career, so she should make money. If she's putting time, energy, her own money into that, absolutely. I do follow you and I feel you as far as how she caters to her audience. And I think that's part of the genius of it. And, but again, you have to rely on the audience to use their own intellect. And there's a lot of this that I understand and agree with. But at the end of the day, I think hard work, perseverance. She has a natural intelligence, great communication skills, a great imagination, and the bottom line is how do you finish the finish line, right? Cross the finish line. And if the goal is to make money, then more power to you. Make as much as you can. She's in her earning years. Where, like I said, her and I are a 180-degree difference. Where I could care less about working. I could care less about it. It's not my driver. But I think if you're going to do something like that as a career or for income, by all means, make as much as you can and grab it while you can because it's not going to last. Paul, what do you do when your 36 months is up in the Philippines? Well, under normal conditions, I just bail out. Actually, that hasn't even gotten to that 36-month mark ever, because once a year, I make it a point to leave the Philippines and go somewhere different for 2 or 3 weeks. I take a vacation. I like to say I take a vacation for my vacation. And it just gives me a break from the sameness. It's kind of like if you think you're living in the States right now and a 2-week vacation comes up and you live in, I'll just say Las Vegas, a nice little trip might be down to San Diego just to get out of the desert and into the ocean, go to Coronado Island, do some ocean stuff, break the monotony up. It's kind of what I do here. I'll go to Vietnam. I'll go to Indonesia. There's Thailand that I haven't made it to yet. I have a year and a half left on my visa before it hits the 3-year mark. And at that point, I will have to leave the country. Let's see. Forgetting what you meant to say is no big deal until it happens 4 or more times a day. Problem is, can you remember how many times? P.S. Excellent content, and so do you. Different, but both good. Well, thank you, old pretender. Yeah, you'll never hear me disrespect anybody else's channel on here, even the haters. I mean, I told you what I thought about that channel. It is what it is, and if that's what they want to do, they can do it. I actually feel sorry for them, and I don't have the capacity really to hate anybody. I'm too empathetic for all that. So I kind of worry about those guys. Not worry about. I sit up and worry about them like my kids. But I feel concerned that somebody that's probably in their 30s has so much venom in their. There's a better way to live life, is what I think I'm trying to express, than to do that. And I think it just takes you down a dark place, and it gets darker and darker, and then you find other guys that are in dark places, and they follow you, and that turns into a very unhealthy, toxic kind of combination. And they hide behind this. They try to project an image of that they're doing some sort of good deed or something. That it's a very narcissistic attitude. By the way, any in this chat got advice for a 19-year-old like myself? Wow. Trade spots with you. Travel, buddy. If you're a young man, if you've got the wherewithal and the income or some money, I'll advise you on that. I've told my kids this that are actually a lot older than you. Travel. It'll be the best thing for your soul. See how the other half lives. Go live in a place where not nicer than you, but less refined, where people are poorer and simpler. It's when I say travel, don't go to New York City and stay at a 5-star hotel. Go to Mexico and stay in a 1-star hotel. Do some backpacking, kid. Let's see, get the Moderna or Pfizer ventilator. Yeah, I agree with that. Wouldn't want to die on a ventilator either. What would be the pros and cons of living in Poland? Buddy, I've never been there. My landlord, my other landlord, my last landlord, lived there for like 20 years. I hear it's beautiful. One of the pros, I guess, would be it's got beautiful beaches, if that's your thing. From what I understand, there's other islands that you can go to, but even that gets old after a while. You know, you got to have a purpose. So I think it's more expensive there. Would be a con. I think it's one of those places where it's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there kind of thing. But I've never been there. That's who I was trying to think of earlier, and I couldn't think of her name. She lives out in the province. That's right. Her, Miss V, single mom Riza. Those are the three that come to mind. Paul, is it spontaneity and honesty what keeps me coming back? Just a little less Dean, please. You can bet he's probably hanging in the wings, wanting to come on. Mixing emotions is a bad mix. It's why it's so difficult to be a good investor. Yeah, got that right. Yeah, any negotiation that you walk into, like when May and I were shopping for a new house, the new house, we walked away from 4 or 5 because I had set a parameter, and May really wanted it. She really wanted a place before this, but this was her top pick. She's glad that we didn't do the other one, and she was like ready to compromise. And I said, no, we're going to do this, this, and this. If we waver off of any of those 3 conditions, we lose. We're going to be unhappy. And so it's got to be anytime you purchase or make a big commitment to a big amount of money, or a big commitment of your time, or like a marriage or anything like that, it should not be done emotionally, my humble opinion. Hello, Don. Blue Fady's right. Plan for tomorrow before tomorrow becomes today. Yeah, kid. Get out and see the world. Get out of your comfort zone. Stay safe. Don't do anything loopy. Don't walk down any weird hallways. Stay away from drugs. Don't smoke. That's the grandfather in me coming out. Let's see. The doctor was comparing the UK to the US, and he says probably within 2 weeks, US will be back to 2/3. I would figure this whole Delta thing is probably going to solve itself within a month. I mean, it's going to flare up, and you got to figure stuff like this is going to flare up. I don't really worry anymore about the Delta because it's being dealt with. It's the next one. I'm wondering how many more are after this. Let's see. P has a foreigner telling her what to do a video about, and he is the one scripting for her. Her ungenuine sayings, where the hell she comes up with it, makes us unwanted to see any of it. Well, boss, then just unsubscribe from her if that's the way that you feel. There's going to be channels that aren't for everyone. And so, again, I commend her for her work ethic. How she gets there, I don't think is important. If she's got 5 people behind the scenes or whatever helping her, that's called investing in your business. If it was up to me and Bud, again, I'll go back to our conversation yesterday because we're such good friends, but we were joking. He was making this video of himself and me, and he was trying to format it to like comedians in cars getting coffee. So he had a camera over here, he had a camera over his shoulder, he had a camera over my shoulder, and then he had an extra mic here. He had all this equipment and stuff going on. And we were talking about how nice it would be if we had and he was there for like an hour and a half getting it set up. And he's saying, we need assistance. We need people. I said, yeah, man, I need someone that'll just come in and whiz bang set up my audio for me, and another guy with a camera, and another guy with the perfect lighting, and the audio is always awesome, and the background changes because they know how to do those green screens. But I think I'll just sit on my couch, make my videos with Gaylord, and see what happens. You just need a girl that deshells a shrimp for you. Yeah. Well, yeah. Your reward is your life. Amen to that. And your health is your wealth. I agree with that too. You know what? The richest guy in the world, if he's sitting around and he's in agony or pain or unhealthy or can't breathe, that money doesn't mean shit. Paul, what about a little smart car? Don't get too old. Teach baby May to drive. You can be her chauffeur. Well, they don't have little smart cars out here, but those would be a good little match. Those would be awesome. Now that you mention it, forgot about smart cars. They don't have them out here. I'd probably buy one because all I want is to be encapsulated, if you know what I mean. Get around the rain and have a wheel and maybe an air con would be nice. I'm good to go. Automatic. Rose Empire, good morning. Let's see, if one does not sell enough items to the blog, does not, you're correct. Yeah. So to go on that again about YouTubers making money, AdSense is, if you say that in a general sense, then everybody's breaking the law, because everybody that has a vlog will monetize it when they're able to. Why not? You can skip the commercials. That's where I get 90% of my money comes from AdSense money. That's just the way it works. And if somebody watches one of those goofy commercials for like 30 seconds, they can hang in there that long. It increases my revenue. I never tell anybody to do that. I say skip them if you don't like them. But if you want to help a brother out, hang in there for 30 seconds, put the commercial on and go get a cup of coffee or go take a whiz or go have a smoke and then come back and watch it. So there's a problem. There's a solution for all this, right? But I think it's even okay if it's represented to my channel. For example, if I wanted to sell a coffee cup or a T-shirt that said "Old Dog New Tricks" for $20, I could do that. What I'm not allowed to do, my understanding, because I had a really smart guy send me all the rules and regulations, and I still got them somewhere. What I can't do, as an example, is represents Jollibee and tell you guys to go to Jollibee, because now I'm entwined with. Does that make any sense? It's outside of my channel. If I tell you to go to a local tavern and buy this kind of beer or smoke this kind of cigarette or whatever that's being represented here in the Philippines, buy this kind of car, visit this dealership. This is my scooter, so go to Kimco and buy one of those. And I'm receiving compensation for that. That's against the law. But if it has to do with me, everybody's got a PayPal. Everybody's got I don't have a Patreon or memberships, but that's available too. Google is always pushing me to start up a membership deal where I can sell a premium, a standard, a gold, and a basic. And I can charge different amounts for those memberships. What else is there? Oh, I can, what else is there? There's memberships. Oh, Patreon. That's some other thing. I think Patreon is kind of tied in with the membership where you put special content out. Again, none of that stuff has appealed to me. It's not been my driver. I like doing these things. I like doing it. It keeps me busy. It gives me a purpose. I get to be as creative or non-creative as I want to be. I do it when I want to do it. I don't have to do it. I think I mentioned earlier, last October, I just took the month off because I was in a bad mood and going through some personal things. So that's just the gist of it. If you look at it logically, all these YouTubers, there's hundreds of thousands, there's millions of guys doing YouTube. And you say they can't go to Australia or the Philippines or Vietnam and post a vlog and sell some commercials from AdSense? It's ridiculous. I'm done. Okay, I'm sorry. I met Bud Brown 3 times. Yeah, he's a great man. Really is. A lot of good fun. A lot of funny guy. For being 70 years old, he's got so many interests. He loves people. He's responsible for, people don't know this because he doesn't brag about it. He's responsible for a homeless boy that he featured on his channel. I think he gave him some sandals and kind of told the little boy's story. And a couple here in Dumaguete adopted him. And he broke down crying when he went out and saw him. How he had been a part of that. That's how nice a guy Bud Brown was. And he was featured on this little hater channel as being obsessed with children's feet or something like that. Something really off the hook, stupid. And anybody that's met him will tell you what a great man he is. Really is. No controversy. And I can't say highly enough of him. Let's see. Hi, old dog Matrix. Been watching you for a year now. I'm sorry about that. And learned a lot about the Philippines from you. Thank you. And I look forward to meeting you too, William. That's great. Thanks for being so loyal. Chris Williams. Well, I appreciate that, Chris. Thank you so much. We'll have to take baby May out and let her buy some new shorts. And we'll make them really short so it pisses off people. You send a box to the Philippines with clothes and things if you have no address yet. You just ship it to me. It seems to be the trend. Can I use your address? Yeah, sure, why not? I honestly don't know. They don't have like a holding tank as far as I know. So that is the $1 million question. If you want to send it and you don't have an address, maybe some guys want to comment on this. I think that I don't want to say I know, but I do believe that you can call up the hotel or hostel or boarding house or whatever it is that you may be staying at and have a reservation for and see if they will hold it for you for like a fee, They're going to want some money for that, which is only fair. But if you don't know anybody over here and you want to send a box, I'm not clear on that, buddy. That might have been the reason that I didn't do it before I came out here. Suzuki APV minimalist minivan, new 1112, could sleep in the back. That's what I'm looking at. Right on. Yeah, there was a San Juan La Union vlog. What's his name? God, I'm bad with names today. I'm telling you. I just talked to him. Anyway, he bought a brand new car for 10 grand. And they are out here. And that's a little minivan, huh? See, I want a little car because I don't want a bigger car or a van or an SUV or anything like that. Smaller the better. That's why a little smart car would be so cool. You just zip around in that thing. Because we just need room to put like a suitcase in. And that's it. What else? Yeah. Let's see. It has been said, it's better to keep mouth closed and be thought a fool than an open mouth and remove all doubt. P has lived outside the Philippines. Learn your facts. She has lived outside the Philippines, yeah. When I have vaccine, if Moderna works, I'm 72, you can still get sick. Are you sure you weren't e-begging, bringing Day on? We would pay you not to bring him on again. Why is it every time Dean's name gets mentioned, it's followed by a really funny comment? Oh my God, you guys are so funny. Exactly, Paul. Go about your daily life and stay busy. They will find you. A clean-shaven man with showers who smells. There you go. See, Janet. Janet's my friend over here. She's female. She knows the drill. Right, Janet? She's agreeing with me. Right on. That's true. You know what? You find love when you're not looking for it, is my experience. It's when you go out and you try to impress somebody that you start putting on the dog, as they say. You're not being yourself. It's uncomfortable. And you're trying to think of some witty line. Well, life doesn't work that way. You're not going to have a witty line every morning when you see this woman that you're trying to encapsulate. I had the same question. If you find the answer, let me know. Okay, Barry. Just detecting. What's your take on renting or buying a house? My wife wants to buy, but I would be afraid the neighbor would have a dozen roosters. Well, it's a lot simpler in the States than here to commit. We have a karaoke guy up the street. And for the most part, He's cool. He will, excuse me, he will usually do his thing from about 6 o'clock to about 9 o'clock. And I don't begrudge him that. I mean, the whole neighborhood has to listen to this yahoo, but it is what it is. The last 2 nights, he's had like a party over there, and they've been going all day and all night, and it's gotten on my nerves. But I close the front door, I turn on some music on my computer, and we can't hear him. So it's not a deal breaker. And I have roosters and I have chickens and I've got a piggery across there. I can't see it or smell it, thank God, but I can hear him feed the pigs in the morning, which is kind of funny, actually. There's some ambient noise. The people across from us have kind of loud motorbikes and a trike, and they're in and out. But that's during the day, not at night. And nighttime's the noise time. I like the sound of animals. I like the sound of chickens. I like the sound of roosters crowing. I like the sound of the piggies being fed. I don't hear dogs bark. Dogs usually bark if they're pinned up and frustrated, but these dogs run free, so they're not protecting anything, so therefore they very rarely bark. What else? So I like to rent. Now, buying a place, you can still do your due diligence. And if you wanted to buy a place for your wife, because it's not going to be yours, it's going to be hers. I guess the sage advice would be to get a big enough area where you could set the house back a little bit from the road and avoid those noises and pollution. And now you got to cross your fingers and hope that the guy behind you and to the right and to the left, things are going to change in 20 years, right? There's going to be new people, new construction, different stuff, and you got no control over it. The thing about America is, I mentioned this guy here with the karaoke. In the States, I could call it, 611 and say, hey, I got a noise problem. And they will send somebody out and tell them to knock it off, because there's a noise ordinance in America where I'm entitled to peace and quiet. And they have to turn down the radio or the karaoke. No such thing out here. So my take, your wife wants to buy, but I would be afraid we'll have a dozen roosters. That would be for you. I just told you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Between you and your wife. You know, it's what you want to leave her. It's her house, not yours if you buy it. If you rent it, it can be both or just yours or hers. Chad, send your clothes box or he will look after it for you. I think I'm done volunteering for that. My computer predicts what I type and changes some of my words. Sorry, I don't always catch them. I have the same issue, Janet. Don't sweat it. It's funny, huh? Let's see. Good morning, Paul, up here in Manila in quarantine. Oh, man. Well, I hope this helps you pass part of your day, Redneck. I don't know what days you're in, and I would love to know what the conditions are. You know, I'd love to pull you up on the channel right now and bring you in this minute if that were possible. I'm really curious as to what the hotel conditions are like, what the food's like, if you got air conditioning. I've heard it's just a little slice of hell. But you're paying the price to come in, huh? You must be married. Good content. Well, thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that. Let's see. Delaware. I have a friend, Buzz, out here. He's from Delaware. You guys ever seen my interviews with Buzz? They're really funny. Hey, Paul, did you hear about the Philippines? Yes. Yeah, I'm so excited for the Philippines to get a gold. I think that's the one and only time they've ever gotten a gold. And that the country, you know, they need it. That's why they love their pageantry. And I don't remember what year it was. So I don't really watch all this kind of stuff, but I know that at one year, the Miss Universe was won by a Filipina, and the country was just awash with pride. And I think that's awesome. And I'm so happy that little girl did that. Oh, okay. There's Mr. Ron does live in Davao, and he's saying buck 1,300 will do it. Dean. I hope it is not friendly to other YouTubers. I liked her channel and content, but she did not help other like you helped her. We like you, Paul. Well, yeah. Actually, we had a deal. She was going to be on my channel. I was going to be on her channel, and I was never on her channel. But I still wish her well. I think she does. I think she does great content. I think she works hard for her money, and it is what it is. I wasn't really dying to be on her channel, to be honest with you. I hope to see your friend Gary again. His personality is my favorite. Well, he's here somewhere. I was thinking about that also. It'd be fun to pull Gary back on here. Hey, man, what's up? Let's see. I just saw a 60 or something white guy leave an Applebee's because they didn't have Chardonnay. And they said, oh, God. And that's something. I have a really funny story about Applebee's and meeting a younger woman. Sorry to hear I'm not feeling well. Hope she gets better. Thank you, William. Yeah, we're working on it. We're just going to keep drilling it down. It's going to be slow. Trust me. Just detecting. You are better off renting a house to figure out if the area would suit you. In bigger cities, you wouldn't hear it too much, those roosters, compared to the provinces. Golden tip, research. I agree with you, boss. Rent first, if possible. Like if this house that we're renting right now, everyone's got their price, so I'm sure we could buy it if we wanted to. But I'm so glad that we rented here, because when we were first here for the first week, it was just golden. The second week, the karaoke guy surfaced. It's still golden. I have no complaints. For the first month, it was super cool up here, and it was brutal down in Dumaguete. I had 2 sets of friends drop by last night, and they're a little lower elevation than we are. And they both said, "Good Lord, Paul, it's like 10 degrees colder up here than where we were." And they were only 5 or 10 minutes away. But we've had afternoons here where I finally needed to kick on the AC. So it does get hot, but it's not as hot. My point being is, if you rent the first time out and you can stay there, I think, for 6 months to a year, you're not going to get just a vibe for the house itself, like the anomalies of the plugs, or does the water pressure stay well, all the other knucklehead stuff that you find out after the fact, right? But you get a vibe for the neighborhood. And that really would be the luxury. Because if you I would be real nervous about buying a place and not having lived at least on the street or in the area. Just my 2 cents. Let's see. Where'd I go? Where did I go? Oh, here we go. 330 watching, 341, and 107 folks liking. It's not hard. You bend at the knees and you hydrate. Big boy Scuba, you're right on every time, Fred. I have an algorithm, or as Mark says, a logarithm. Just hit the like button for me. That's all we ask him. Hey, Census Style, what's up? Roscoe, yeah, I couldn't figure out which one it was. They were one of the first dealerships, if not the first dealership, to include a restaurant in the dealership. That was state-of-the-art ideas 40 or 50 years ago. Do I have health insurance? No, I just have my Medicare, Medicaid stuff, and May's got Phil Health. And May goes to the wet market about every day at 4 a.m. She has been doing it for years. Yeah, that would be, like I said, I can't walk through those places especially in the afternoon. It just knocks me to my knees. Janet, when we were kids, my dad brought home an Isetta, a one-seated car. Wow, on 3 wheels. And the only door open in the front and the steering wheel is attached to the door. The whole family and the dog piled in. I love those kind of stories. He would take us downtown, turn around in the Isetta. It fit on sidewalks, 7 in the dog, kind of like 7 on a motorbike. That is too funny, Janet. Oh, Filipino P is entertaining, but she could teach a politician how to ban her. Oh, let's give P a break, will you? Another P comment. The Filipino P has found her own niche. Whatever she does, good on her. She's a Filipino trying to survive. She's not begging. That's fact. And she is not. I agree. There may be some personality things and there might be some subtle stuff going on. But at the end of the day, she's not begging for money. She puts on a good show for you guys. And I just don't watch her. But I can't learn anything from her. That's why. Nothing. And I don't watch other guys either. I don't watch Gio or Paul or Mark unless they put up something that I think I'm going to learn from. I watch almost anything that doesn't have to do with the Philippines, to be honest with you. Lately, I've been watching bloopers. Shows you how deep my thinking is. Where is Dean today? I don't know. I haven't talked to Dean. I'm sure he's watching the show. Good to see you, Blue John. Canine, hey, Paul, don't go to Thailand. You might just stay. You know what? No. I would go to Thailand for a visit, and that would be a fix. That would be enough. P is a very good channel. There you go. Let's stay positive. Paul, there are a lot of expats stranded here after 36 months because of the restrictions imposed and the ability to get flights out with no guarantee to re-enter. That's a fact. I have coffee with them every day. After the 36 months. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the issue. From what I understand, you can get a 1-month extension and that's it. But it begs the question, what are they going to do to you if you don't leave? And let's say a year from now, you say, okay, I want to leave. My belief is if you've been a good boy or a good girl or both, whatever you are, and you pay a fine, they'll come up with a fine for you, you'd be all right. I don't think they'd throw you in jail or blacklist you or anything like that. Overstay is usually countered by financially contributing. I've been a healthcare fiend for decades. Read several times fresh pineapple juice. Smoothie style is great for migraines. Stay away from pasteurized store-bought. Yeah, she drinks a lot of that kind of stuff. Are you trying to say dark guys like dark guys? What does that mean? Oh. Dark-minded. Yeah, it's Global Greg. Philippine is entertaining, but she could teach a politician how to ban her. Okay. Let's lighten up on the P. Never cash out a... Yeah, I agree. That's good advice right there. Yeah. $10 a month. $5 a month. That would be something I'll advise you on this because you're so young. I have kids way older than you. Get into that good habits. Get up every morning and make your bed, and it'll change your life. Take $5 a month if that's all you've got, and put it into what is it, a Roth IRA account? Whatever the minimum is, get that thing started. Don't smoke. And get outside your comfort zone. Help somebody. Do something nice for someone. Help an old lady walk across the street. You'll feel better. So I would, if I was 19 again, I would take my own advice. I would develop positive habits. And the reason I say $5, I'm not being flippant. It's a habit. And then when you get to 500 and then 5,000 and then 50,000, you know, whatever you can contribute. As long as you get into the rhythm, I'm trying to say, of saving instead of spending. People get $20. First thing they want to do is know what they can go out and spend it on until it's gone. Take that $20, take 5 off of it and save it, and then go out and piss away the 15. Join the Navy, get a job that puts you at sea or foreign postings. Very good advice. That would kill 2 birds with 1 stone, wouldn't it? Get you some training, let you see the world, serve your country. Absolutely. Look at ETFs for savings. Okay. Whatever those are. People who hate haters are just people who are so busy blaming the world for the problems they themselves created. I don't hate anyone. It requires too much emotion. I would rather live and let live. You know, you'll have a longer life if you don't hate. It is a wasted emotion. It's okay to detest someone, but to hate them is going to chew you up. So you can detest somebody for the way that they are, but that's more objective, where hate goes now onto an emotional level and is going to affect you emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Saw the billboard the other day, more social, less media. Amen to that. Reminder for May's passport is you two can connect in the future in an open country, not Nicaragua. See, I'm even laughing at a reference to Dean. Vagabond for X. I don't know what that means. Palawan, don't end up paying palimony. We're still on P, huh? Filipina P has good information, but her content feels a bit overproduced. God bless her for making her own way, though. And you know what? I say so, too. God bless her. You know, put all that energy and imagination, and it doesn't matter whether it's her idea or somebody else's. She's the one at the end of the day that's putting herself out there and making it happen for herself. So I predicted. The one time I predicted something right, when she was back on my channel over a year ago, I predicted, I said, you know what, little girl, you're going to be at 100,000 subscribers before anybody. And she's there. I mean, she's tripled my channel and everybody else's, as far as I know. Every now and then, one of her new videos will pop up, and I'll just take a look at her subscriber count. Go, good on you. She probably gets 100 subscribers a day. I get 100 subscribers a month. Let's see. ETFs. I don't know what an ETF is. Greetings from Philly. I just returned from 2 weeks tour of Vegas. Wow. Next time we have coffee. For sure. Honest them. How'd you like Vegas? Check out MTUM. Don't watch raw facts. Ignore them. They are haters for any good works being done. Lots of hypocrisy, jealousy, and ugliness. Yeah, someone sent it over to me, and the only reason I watched it is because my faith. Well, May was on there. It was her opening up ballot buying boxes, and they were calling it something like pornography or something. The girls were wearing shorts, so that got them all excited. Let's see, they're trying to make everybody become a charity and sign proper papers. You are not charities. Oh, yeah, we're not charities. No. Charity, you need to register. I think you need to have 1 million pesos, which is 20 grand or so, in the bank, which you should. It should be registered. It should be monitored. I agree with all that. If one thing I told May that we do things that are charitable, if you will. We've adopted a barangay, but we don't videotape it anymore. We just go out and do it because I think it's exploitive. We go out and videotape kids receiving backpacks or other things that we've done in the past. We're just no longer gonna, we'll videotape it for our own record because my channel is also part of my diary and May's. So we like to be able to look back on when we get old and gray and watch what we were doing 5 years ago, So we have a lot of video. I have a lot of private videos that I just haven't publicized. What is my favorite Filipino dish? Dessert. What is my favorite Filipino dish? I'm not a fan of, I guess, lumpia. If I had to pick one, it's like a finger food. You and Calvin on Sunshine Shoulder, thank you. I watched him for about 10 minutes one time. But again, it's no disrespect to him. I just don't, I don't like watching other Filipino vloggers for a number of reasons. Number one, I probably already know what they're talking about. I have my own opinion on it, so I don't need theirs. And I don't ever want to plagiarize anybody because I might hear a guy say something and it might lodge in my noodle. And then 3 months later, I do a vlog and I end up sounding unconsciously just like that guy is. I've done that a number of times. I've plagiarized people from comedy acts where I realize after I've said something that is, out of a comedic nature, that I go, wow, man, I just hijacked that from Bill Burr. I listened to it 6 months ago and I just repeated him. So it was kind of like an unconscious thing, but I've done that. So that's another reason why I don't want to listen to other people. I don't want to, copy them. Just marry Baby May and you can get your visa and you can get your SSI after you get passed on. And she'd have to get my SSI after becoming an American citizen, or not a citizen, but she'd have to be 5 years with me in the States. I've researched that. And I would marry Baby May because I love her, not because I have an ulterior motive. I don't think getting married for visas are really, they take marriage too seriously, I guess. Go FP. You're still on the P. Okay. P has nice legs. You've never mentioned my legs, Corpseman. I'm a little offended. All right. See, P rocks. Got a major fan there on Deval Dunn. They would have to live in the U.S. for 5 years. That's right. I really like the way you roll. Keep it up. Give me reasons to smile. Thanks, Bill. Google sucks. I like that title. What are the requirements you wanted when you were looking for your new place? Okay, fair question. I wanted it to be within my budget. I've got a max out of $400. I won't go over that. And I hit that number. I wanted it to have more than one room. I needed a 2-bedroom. It hit that. I wanted it to be a standalone property. It hit that. I did not want to take a long-ass muddy road of death to get to it. There's a lot of places that are back. And you got to go over these muddy, rugged, rutted, rocky roads where May and I have tipped the bike, lost our groceries. May's flown off. I've fallen down. All that. So didn't want that. That hit that number. And as a bonus, we got a bunch of trees and a cooler elevation. So the whole move was a win-win. And our privacy, which was actually the number one thing, which I forgot to mention first, was privacy. No neighbors. Nobody, I have neighbors, but they can't look in my window. I don't walk out in my back patio and have 3 apartments catty corner to me, and they're out on their patio. And I'm accidentally eavesdropping on them and vice versa. I don't want that. Hey, thanks, Corpsman. Let's see. I had a boss one time, way back, who said, I bet you wish you had the money I had. I said, not if it means I'd be as miserable as you. That's a fact. A lot of rich people are very miserable. Check out the Suzuki Solero. Okay, I will. If it comes in automatic, I'm good shape. I actually like Hyundai. Do you automatically get credit for commercials? Yeah, if you're a premium guy, what is that? YouTube, yeah, they actually break it out. If you're a premium YouTube guy, and that not on my channel, but with YouTube, I think you pay $10 a month or something like that to be a premium member. And you watch my channel, it's as if you watched my channel and all the commercials. So if everybody that watched my channel was a premium member, I would make 10 times as much money. And so would everybody else, because you'd get credit for all your commercials having been played all the way through. And I think you got to watch a commercial for 30 seconds for it to count. You know, I had my channel on, and I was so pissed off because of the audio came out bad. And it sounded good to me when I initially played it back. And then I got all these nice, gentle suggestions from people saying, Paul, you know, buddy, I had to turn my volume all the way up and it was still really hard to hear you. And I was so pissed that Sabine Tech thing effed up. So I was playing back the whole video, and I think it's what was it called? I forgot the name of my own video. But see, it started. So anyway, so I got maybe a 10 or 15 minute video tops, right? And they pulled up a 30-minute commercial, and I was not watching my phone. I had set it down on the table, and I was jacking around with another phone, playing a game or something while I was listening to it, because I wanted to hear the audio. And a commercial came on. So, of course, I'm going to let my own channel play its commercial. And I was playing this game, and I wasn't paying attention. And I realized about 5 minutes in, I go, what the hell is this? There was a 30-minute commercial on my video. I skipped it because I wanted to get to my own channel. I can't believe that they would have a 10-minute video, 15-minute video with a 30-minute freaking commercial. I have no idea how that would play out. You get credit from those viewers who pay. Yes. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. Yeah. Yeah, that's the best way to go, man. It actually breaks it out. It'll say AdSense, and then it'll say, what's it called? It's for the super chats and stuff like that. I forget what they call it. And then it says YouTube Premium, and it has revenue in there. And it's always like $50, $60 from premium people. Let's see. Sorry to say, but you don't make anything from me. I have YouTube Premium. No, I do. I think that anyone who watches a lot of YouTube should have the YouTube Premium. It's cheap and worth every penny. Yeah, but you're wrong on that, David. I appreciate you watching me, and I feel the love, but I do. I just mentioned that. It breaks it out as premium money. I'd buy an Old Dog New Tricks t-shirt. May just said, wow, she heard that comment. What's that, May? You want to start selling t-shirts?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, you want to come over and say hi? Oh, wow. You're going to make an appearance. Huh?
Yeah, I say hi.
Okay, because they all feel bad for you because you have your migraine.
Yeah.
So sit here with me for a minute. All right.
Little hi.
All right.
I'm so ugly.
Oh, you're so beautiful.
Hi, good morning, everyone. 307. Thank you for watching. See you next video. Bye.
That's it? That's all I get?
Yeah, bye.
What?
I edit the video. I'm getting little headache.
Oh, you did great. Another headache. Stop editing. Let's see. I never thought about it before. I pay a subscription price to YouTube, no commercials. How does that affect your AdSense? Yeah, we just went over that, buddy. It affects it wonderfully. Please, everybody buy premium. You can't sell the mug or the T-shirt. Yeah, I know. I thought if it was indicative to my channel that you could, but I would never, ever, put that much effort into anything like that. Can you imagine trying to ship shit out of here? Can you imagine you got a room full of friggin' coffee mugs and you're trying to go down to the thing every day? I imagine they drop ship stuff. I imagine if you ordered T-shirts like from China or cups from Malaysia or wherever you do it, and then there's probably a middleman of some sort. But I understood that if it was on my channel, about my channel, that I could. But it's not of issue to me because I never will. I know other people that do. That's too much light. Thank you. Hey, Paul, I've been watching you for a while, but this is the first time to catch you live. Well, I'm glad you did, Keith. Hey, May, are you going to come back with coffee or are you just going to set it on the counter? Here.
By the way, I introduced.
Oh, no.
I think you
No. It's against the. No. May made me a T-shirt that says Paul in the Philippines. She doesn't understand the gravity of this situation.
You give the people for the T-shirt.
Yeah, I'll give it to them as a gift. Friggin' May. She made this T-shirt for me. Back on my birthday?
Yeah.
It's all girly looking. I never wear it. But you got a chicken on there, right? Yeah, I can show it to him. Yeah, just say you can't until you're going to sell it. You're making coffee?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, we're just having a conversation here. This is a bribe for more live streams or mango shakes. I do a live stream like every 3 or 4 days. Don't I, China? I actually enjoy the live streams. Like, look at this. I've been on for 2 hours, and it feels like 20 minutes. Honest engine. I go on with Dean. It feels like 4 days. I'm always like, my neck starts tightening up, you know? I got Dean on there. The shorter, the more pissed off I get. Let's see. Good for the Filipino P. If she can help herself. And you know what? Amen. Amen. Capitalism is good. You know, no matter what route you take, as long as it's legal. So whatever channel you guys like, you know, support them. You don't have to send them money. You don't have to buy anything from them. You don't have to buy their memberships. But if you want to, do it. It's your dough. It's you know, it's free to you. Believe it or not. And I think you already know this. The only thing I ever ask for out loud is a like. If you'll like my live stream, it helps the algorithm, and that helps me in the world of YouTube. Star Freight. I think that's referring back to sending a ballot buy-in box. Bud Brown is one of the most honest persons I know. His integrity is impeccable. That is a fact, China Dave. That is a stone cold fact. And they took down that video they made of him because they took so much. We're going back. We're referencing that other website that was asked earlier. And I don't like to give them any, what do you call it, recognition. Best thing to do with a troll is ignore it. Don't feed the trolls. And I do. But the question was already out there, and I don't filter my comments. So anyway, that being said, they took so much crap over him with the giveaway that they took it down. Cowards. Good deal. I'm about to piss these folks off. Yeah. If they use LBC, they can talk to them. Oh, here we go. Many of the locations will hold the box till they pick it up. Okay. See, Robert, thank you so much for that. Nobody has to send it to my house anymore. But talk to LBC, and I guess they will store it for you. I did not know that, so I've never done it. But now here's someone who has. See, that's who you get advice from. Someone with firsthand experience. We got the Baja Tuk Tuk. Yeah, 4,000 US dollars. You love it, love it. Right on. Starfreight, is Starfreight a shipping company? Yes. Okay, there we go. Why you think? Yeah, I know. That's he's the he's the one guy I'm so happy I had on and followed, and I hung in there with him because it was tough. But after the first show, when he went off, I left to go take a leak and came back, and he'd gone off the reservation. It was just so funny. I explained that to Bud. I said I was late meeting him one time because I was answering comments on that first show. I had a 4-rooster when I stayed in Tumaketti. Could I buy and or rent CDs or DVDs? You know what, buddy? That's a good question. I never see them. That's a very good question. I imagine it's been lost to online. I saw those. I used to buy all kinds of bootleg CDs and music in Thailand. Tons everywhere. And I got some great stuff. I got some underground tapes of Bowie, Dylan, all kinds of cool stuff. And it was actually pretty good quality for what it was. And out here, now that you mention it, because I don't have a DVD player and I don't have a CD player and all that hoopla, but I've never seen it. I imagine everything's gone to streaming or just buying it from Amazon or something like it, Shopee, Lazada. I was thinking about those new cars for about $11,000. How much is the land May wants to buy? We haven't landed on any land, not to make a pun. I think, how much was that? How much is land? Well, she doesn't know because it's so confusing. Do you remember what we looked at that land George showed us? Remember? It's right down the street. Or is it up the street?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's across from Cliff House. Right. That was how many million? $2 million for land, which is $40,000. But I think it's way overpriced. I don't know how many square meters it is. Let's see. I got 1,148 square meter lot in Valencia, close to Dumaguete for my wife. Good on you. Yeah, there's a lot of my friends right now are buying stuff. My friend Ed have bought a lot already and is building a house for his wife. Because all the guys like me, we're older than our wives. We're going to die before they do, and we want to leave them something. And a house, always have a roof over your head. It's a pretty good thing to do for somebody. Noises is a deal breaker. When I'm in relaxed mode, I don't want to hear anything beyond birds and waves. So wherever I move, it will have to be in a condo on top or the backwoods with no neighbors. That's right, David. If it's a deal breaker for you, you wouldn't want to live in my house here because we do get noise. But to me, it's all good because it never goes past 9 o'clock for the most part. And I can close the door and I can turn on a little bit of music. It doesn't have to be loud or the news or a TV show. I don't even have a TV. I just have the computer, but it drowns it out. Thank you, baby. You want to say hi again? Why would you still buy DVD whenever it can be listened to or watched online? Maybe in the car. I'm kind of old school like that, to be honest with you. I would like to have a CD player in a car, and I would just load it up with old CDs that I could skip to songs. It's what I'm used to doing. Just being old, just old school. I like that you are not a Karen and do not make a big deal out of others having fun or making noise. I also like animal noises. Yeah, nature sounds are good. I enjoy it. It relaxes me, to be honest with you, where it would possibly drive some people crazy. You hear this chicken crow. It's not even a chicken, it's a rooster. And he just flips out, the first hour of the day when the sun comes up. And I'm usually outside. And I just start laughing. I feel your pain, buddy. You're tied to that thing. He wants to get out and chase the chickens. Videoke all night long when they have a special ENT and they rent the equipment. Remember, it's open, it's loud. Got that right, buddy. You got that right. And I got, you know what? I'll tell you something that's a true statement. A couple, 3 nights ago, he had a party and it was super loud. And I initially was in no mood for it. Because May had a headache, and I was like feeling bad for her, and I'd been frustrated because I was trying to get medications for her and stuff. And so I came home in a pissy mood. And afterwards, I went outside to play a game. And I don't like sitting indoors. I like to sit outside. I was sitting on my patio and I was listening to this party. And I was listening to especially the women laughing. And they were drinking. And then I heard laughter. And laughter to me is contagious. And so I went from being pissed off to actually laughing at them laughing, if that makes any sense. Because even though the noise was terrible, I just started laughing because it's like, this guy is singing horribly. The women are cracking up. They're over there drinking cheap beer. And I wasn't invited, obviously. They don't know me. But, and if they did know me, they really wouldn't invite me. But just hearing them having a good time for no money and a goofy little microphone, I don't know. It just kind of warmed my heart a little bit. If that makes any sense. Let's see. She's got 10,000. She got 10 million and a house for achieving the golden medal. Who got what? Who's that? What's a golden medal? Number one. And who are we talking about? Let's see. Winning the gold, got her house and lots of money from the Philippines. Oh, the Olympic champion. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. I couldn't understand. I was too busy talking about something else. Good for her. Good. And good again. That's awesome. Selling mobile home to go big. Or small. Depends on how it turns out, buddy. Let me see. I'm skipping. I just skipped. Wow. It skipped big time. All right. This is as far up as I can go, kids. Can you really readily get Vicodin and Percocet in the PI? I don't think so. Maybe in the big cities. Who was I talking to about this? Well, you can't get anything readily to begin with, but anything that's a class drug that's got to do with pain doesn't seem to be very available, and they're not big on prescribing it. So, if you're on that type of medication, I was on this type of medication when I came out here, and I just didn't even pursue it. I wanted to detox off of it and did. So I know that doesn't answer your question. But I honestly don't know, buddy. Andrew Camarda. What is the new crypto? I don't know. I play an old school game called Clash of Clans. Axis Infinity. Oh, there he is. That's all you had to do is you brought him out of his sleep. Paul, I have a bone to pick with you. If you ever call me honey again, I'm going to go to HR. Okay, sweetheart. Next time. Some parts of Manila have more roosters in the province. I would believe that. A very sharp woman is correct. Did you ever get the approval to post May's last name, address, and contact? You know what? You're right. You're calling me out correctly. I forgot to ask her. Jeez. And I was just there. Paul, check your subs. You got subs restricted that have been trying to send super chats. How did that happen? I don't restrict anybody. I don't have anybody restricted. On my stuff, I don't hold back. I let all comments come in, good or bad. I don't know. Appreciate the thought. Hey, Dean, the rotation machine is here. I believe you can overstay for 1 year before you were kicked out of the country and blacklisted. There might be more lenience now because of, yeah, that might make sense. I know guys that were here 16, 17 years. They've since passed away, but they just didn't give a shit. They were here. They weren't planning on leaving. They weren't going to leave, and they didn't leave. And they never went to immigration. That would be too weird for me. Let's see. You can leave the Philippines without a current visa. They can deport you for overstay and blackball you. I asked the Bureau of Immigration. Yeah, I imagine at the end of the day, looking at these two comments, they can probably do whatever the fuck they want to, right? They can make it up as they go along. And I do know this about the Philippines. It's different every time you go somewhere different. So what might stand as a rule in Dumaguete may not be a rule that's enforced in Manila, and vice versa. Excuse me, while I have a nice caffeinated beverage made by the world famous Baby May. Hey, you know, we were at sushi yesterday. Speaking of the world famous Baby May. And what happened, Baby May? At sushi yesterday. What'd that man do? We were at sushi yesterday. Oh, and yeah, now she remembers. Yeah, and a guy came over to our table, a foreigner, and he said, "It's Baby May. Wow, I love your channel." I've been breaking her balls ever since. I said, "May, you're so famous." She was lit up like a Christmas tree. Advice for the 19-year-old: get a federal job. That ain't a bad idea either. Go be a mailman. Yeah, that's another great idea. So true. Jeez. And isn't it like impossible to get fired if you got a government job? And there's some government jobs that even I could probably do. Okay, so this guy, Tom, he likes sunshine shoulders. All right. Pension and a Social Security now. Yeah, that would be cool to have two incomes. Worked in a food store when I was a teen. One day a woman walked in and asked how many gallons of milk she would need to fill her tub and take a bath. I asked, pasteurized? She said, no, just up to my chest. Somehow Alfred was allowed to stay there after overstay. I don't know who Alfred is. Like the P, she showed me your channel. Well, that was great after I introduced hers. How can we email to ask you about moving to the Philippines? It's in my description box, my email. Paul, your channel is the purest, nothing but honesty. Thank you, Jeb. I appreciate that. You know, it's so easy to tell the truth, and lying is so fatiguing, isn't it? Have you ever told a lie and then you've had to tell like 40 more lies just to try to keep up with it? and it just sort of spins out. I mean, I learned that years ago, and I've never been a good liar. And I found that if you just tell people the truth, it's on them if they judge you or dislike you or whatever. But at least you told them the truth. Hey, TC, just a FYI, EFT's exchange traded fund. Some of them pay dividends monthly. All right. I got my friend John coming out one of these days, and he's a financial advisor. And I want to talk with him. I want to talk with him face to face, man to man, and get some ideas for what I could do with May. I could take some of my lack of wealth. Gastonia, North Carolina, welcome to the team. Yes, they do, or quarterly. That's a private conversation. Newport, North Carolina, welcome in. Vanguard, Filipina P is good by me. I tease her about her oversized ears. Love handles. Electronically traded funds. Okay. See how sophisticated I'm not? I am often asked why I chose the Philippines over the U.S. The Philippines reminds me of my youth when I knew all my neighbors for blocks around. Happiness comes from living life, not just existing. Yeah, there's so much neighborhood out here, and I have so many friends. I have more friends after living for 4 years in the Philippines. I have 10 times as many friends after 4 years here than 60 some odd years in America. Yeah, he's been hounding me since I was on Facebook. I got that. G-rated as they played it. This is terrible, but please watch on our channel instead of his. Can I buy rent CD? Well, we already went over that. Let's see. Hey, Newcomb. Okay, you guys stop talking about her ears. For $19.63 a month, can I get a decent place and still enjoy some beers? Someone want to handle that? I live on 1500. Every now and then I like to have a few beers. Yeah, lumpia. It's like snack food. Yeah. Paul, you check how many subscribers you're getting a day, and I'll go, yeah, I've been on that. I've checked that out. I wanted to see how someone posted a video, or he's posting videos about how much YouTubers make. And he's put me up there, this one up there, that one up there. I won't name them all. A lot of guys that I know, and a P, Mark, blah, 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 blah. And I wanted to see where he was getting his information, because he was dead wrong on me. And he was dead wrong on, I imagine, everybody. Where did that come from? And oh yeah, so I went to Social Blade, and because somebody told me about that before, and it tells you pretty accurate information, except for income. It's got this range of like $27 to $2,000. So yeah, pick a number, right? But it will tell you daily amount of subscribers a person gets, how many views they're getting. It's got charts that tell you if they're having a good month or a bad month. And it just kind of lets you be a Snoopy. So I haven't gone to that channel in a long time. But it is out there, Social Blade. If you guys want to see what YouTubers are doing, I don't know why you would, but it'll tell you if they're making not so much the money. It's just not accurate information. But it will tell you very accurate about subscribers and views and rankings, stuff like that. Oh, there are a lot of U.S. military vets in your area. There was, but a lot of them have bailed out. As in any retirement community, my age, the baby boomers, we're always going to have a good supply of ex-military people. Your channel is fun and funny, Paul. The Filipino P is generally factual. That's true. She seems bright, didn't come from much. You go, girl. Make a difference for yourself. Yeah, we're complete opposites. She's a woman. I'm not. She's young. I'm old. She's from here. I'm visiting. Everything I do is stream of consciousness where she plots it out and writes it. We couldn't be more different. You were thinking out of the ball. Boy, those boxes were weird. I never seen such a weird group of stuff. It was like a lot of camping stuff. At the end of the day, a lot of expensive type of camping stuff. There were some medicines, which we found later. There were some medicines we threw away because we didn't understand it and never heard of it. I thought that's all we need. A lot of aspirin and stuff that I could use, like not aspirin, but ibuprofen and vitamins. So we donated. It was a full-size raft in there. They thought it was a car cover. I gave that to May gave the raft, and it had a thing to fill it up, and oars and life vests, this whole kit. And we gave it to May's brother because he lives in a shanty town with his wife and daughter. He has a tough time getting work during these times. And I don't know her brother very well, but God bless him. They packed it all up and got it on that scooter. Wife, kid, raft. You can see that scene going down the street. Anyway, he probably sold it by now. No, you don't want to. I remember you saying somebody had P had nice legs. Had a buddy retire drawing $6,600 a month, retired Navy and Lockheed Martin. That is a nice income. You can live on the States in that. In the States on that. Yeah. Yeah, if you could do those two things, like a government job or for 20 years and then 20 years in the private sector, hell, anything 5 years in the private sector will get you Social Security. So you play your cards right, you could have 2 or 3 or 4 different streams of money. Paul, have you ever considered coloring your hair? Yeah. May colored it, I think, a year and a half ago. We were just trying to make it gray, not white. And the only reason why was really not vanity. It was because it was so white that it was actually not showing up in some pictures. It was just like so white. If someone used a flash, it would flash back. Honest to God. So she was trying to put some gray in it, just silver, light. And it kind of got, I don't know, it didn't look right. Look at that now. Now look what we've done. So if you look at older videos, they had one where they tried to streak it with black and that didn't work. So out here, it's difficult because I can't communicate what I want. The products are really cheap. And now I've got like yellow in my hair from one of the preconditioners or the peroxides that they used to strip it, but didn't work. It's a long-winded answer, I know. But if I could find somebody that knew what they were doing, I would consider like a silver, just so that it showed up better on camera. Not really a vanity thing. I mean, I wouldn't go auburn. That would look ridiculous, right? But yeah, I would do it if I could find somebody who knew what they were doing. Trolls, always fun. How big is your scooter and did you buy it new? My scooter is a 1500cc automatic Kimco, and I paid $1,600 cash for it, new. Hi, Paul. How much is your water bill coming in per month? Water, are you ready? 20 pesos. That's set. That's a set amount. 20 pesos. All we can use. They say money can't buy happiness. Relieve yourself of the pain to send money to me. Let me help. Corpsman. What am I going to say? Corpsman? Sorry. Corpsman. I knew that. Why are the comments not showing? I don't know. Well, it may be. See, at the end of the broadcast, good Lord, how long have we been on? Almost 3 hours. I'm having too much fun. I don't want to go anywhere. At the end of the broadcast, I have to publish this, and it needs to process. It takes about 10 minutes. And then I don't know about these comments, but other comments after the fact will come through. And I don't filter any of my comments on my videos. I don't put any restrictions on them at all. Now on the girls, I do. Or if I have a guest on, I do. Because if they're snarky or nasty or pornographic or whatever, I don't want that person to get, regret coming on the channel, if you will. So I try to protect their, I try to show them respect. But for me, I don't give a shit. Say whatever you want. Grumpy old man. At least if you're rich, you can be comfortable being miserable. Well, you know what? They've done studies about money and happiness, and they found out it's like the boys at MIT, I think, did this. These are actual reports by actual people. Once a person is above the poverty line and they have food, shelter, transportation, healthcare, clothing. In other words, you have the basics of life that you need. Any money above and over that does not add to your happiness. My humble opinion is it can actually lead to unhappiness. Your priorities start to shift. If you're living like we live, on a budget, shelter, great, food, fine, transportation, cool, fuel, May and I want for nothing on $1,500 a month, or $1,600, depends on the month. We want for nothing, and we're very joyful and happy people. Sorry to break that to you. But what happens, in my humble opinion, is you get into that other level, and now things that I don't even consider can get in my way. Like, why wasn't I invited to that party? Where can I get shoes like that? My car, I should have a car, not a scooter. I start to compete. It's unconscious, subconscious, or conscious. And that's where you go up the food chain, and then you start hanging out with people that have that kind of money, and they tend to be much more materialistic. I'm sorry, but they're not only buying beer, but they're buying imported beer. Oh, I don't drink that swill. I drink this. I know guys like that here. They have their little wine collections, and they have the big house, and they've got 2 cars in the garage. It's just like America. And they only have certain people over. I was invited once, never asked again. I still know about it. And they only go here on vacation, and this is where they eat. And, keep it. Been there, done that, sweetheart. I'm not going to say that out loud. YouTube Premium. Yeah, no commercials. Everybody should sign up for YouTube Premium. Paul, have you ever? Yeah, for a long time. I'll tell you a funny story. And this is a little off color, but are you ready? Okay, here we go. Since I could grow a mustache, I did. I was, I don't know, 17, 18. I grow, typical little wispy thing first. Then I'd shave it. And then a friend named Casey, my roommate, said, "Man, you'd look cool with a mustache." And I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, man. Try this." He goes, "Just try it. I didn't like it because it looked scruffy after about 10 days. You start looking homeless, like a beard. You just look like shit until it actually grows in. So I went to 30 days and I grew him a nice mustache. And I wore a mustache for about a long time. But a funny story is I was working for Toyota and I worked with all these Israeli guys. They were all ex-Israeli military from Israel. So they spoke Hebrew, of course, and they spoke English. And they had these great accents. And there was one guy named Solomon who had lived in France after he lived in Italy. And he talked like this. And he had this funny demeanor about him. And so I had this mustache for 3 or 4 years. And one day I just got up and I said, screw it. I shaved off my mustache. And I showed up at work. What a commotion. You wouldn't think that something like that would create such a commotion. Everybody was saying they liked it, they didn't like it, this, that, the other. But Solomon came up to me, and he was this big, tall, lanky Israeli, and always dressed impeccably. And he was one of the senior managers. He said, Paul Miguel, your face, it looks like a shaved pussy. That was his input on me taking off my mustache. Anyway, yeah, I wore a mustache for like 20 years. Paul's a YouTube millionaire. That's right. That's right. It's called getting Ole. Paul, tell your mods to knock it off. Stop muting regular comments. I don't have any moderators, boss. I don't know what you're griping about. Fishy. I think Top Hunt is a trolley guy. He's telling me things that aren't happening, which is their MO. Make it up as you go along, right? I block all ads while I make super chats with a few premier bloggers. There you go. No one's muting content. I can see you. So yeah, thank you, Rick. I'm not muting any comments. Top Hunt. He's one. Probably works for the squad over there. You know what I think of him as the male version of The View. We'll call Top Hut Whoopi. Hey, Paul, greetings from Orlando, Florida. Enjoy your channel. Best wishes to you and baby May. Thank you very much, Ralph. Sound like a nice, normal human being. Welcome. Hey, baby May. She's in the room. Good morning, May. Yeah, we're just getting caught up to May's appearance here. I am behind. May says hi to everybody. She's a big shot now. See, people are recognizing her in restaurants. Woohoo! Premium YouTube here. Subscribe. Enjoy your content. Bye, baby May. Something nice. You got it, boss. Rick Morris. Do you see comments from JH or my comment regarding the trolls? This guy's all upset about Tron comments. I'm not blocking anything or anybody. More the merrier. Yeah, I guess I must be behind in comments because she was on about 10 minutes ago. And I've been on for almost 3 hours. Let's see. May is beautiful. Thank you. She really is. Some guy commented on the house tour. He says, so what did he say? It was something really snarky about my shabby looking girlfriend or something like that. I pinned the comment. I put it on top. I don't give a shit. Index funds. Okay, there we go. Setting up a Teespring store for merchandise, you would have to physically handle a thing. Yeah. Oh, you wouldn't have to handle a thing. Oh, you mean if you're selling T-shirts or coffee mugs or something like that? Yeah, I knew. I'd heard about that. There's some place that you go to and you're selling a product from your channel and they do whatever they do. They take whatever cut they take and they do the shipping and all that jazz. You see JH, funny because no one else can. Well, Tap Hunt, I'm awful sorry that you're getting upset about JH. Why don't you just tell us what he's saying? Because I don't know what's going on. Hi, Paul. How's everything if you had to compare Manila to the city in the United States? Which would that be? Well, I haven't spent any time in Manila. I've just been through Manila, mostly in their airport, and then I did take a bus ride through Manila on the way to Angeles one time. And I probably was going through about an hour and a half worth of Manila, and it all looked the same to me. I would equate it to like, as far as buildings and upkeep, something like Compton or Inglewood in LA. Be about the closest I could get. Global Greg, I'll set it up for you. I only charge 10%. You're a natural. Oh, you guys are talking to me or somebody else? Not JH, but yes, about trolls. When comments are blocked, you will see the person's named, but the message will be deleted or blocked. Yeah, I'm not deleting or blocking anything. I'm tired of talking about it, I'll tell you that much. Well, hi, CC Helper. Let's see. Hey, dog, I screen print t-shirts. Email me your design. I will make a drop ship here in the USA. Well, Paul, I'm much too lazy to go through all that. I don't want to start a business. I don't want to have a job. I don't want to have to show up. And I might be breaking the law as far as I know. So I appreciate that, buddy. I would love to have, but we did make up some shirts to wear on the channel. And I'm thinking about making a few more different ones for like guests that come on the show. You say, here you go. Because we were handing away, what gave me that idea was the tie-dye t-shirts. We got these boxes. We must have had 100 tie-dye t-shirts. So we gave them away to neighbors and kids and friends and family. And everybody was running around Valencia wearing tie-dye one day. And so then May had a guest on, older lady that lives here in the neighborhood, older, she's in her 40s. And we gave her a t-shirt. We like awarded it to her on the channel. At the last minute, I came up with that brilliant idea. So that might be something I would do. Make up old dog or baby May t-shirts and then just give it away to guests as a thank you for coming on. Let's see. Then he is doing something wrong. Paul doesn't block people. You got that right. I will block people on. Now, if May and I were sitting here, I would probably filter the comments because she doesn't need to listen to it or see it. I can't emphasize this enough. I don't give a shit. I really don't. There's nothing you can say to me that's going to affect me. I'm sorry. I was in the car business 40 years. I've been beat up by professionals. You guys are rank amateurs. I've been to some meetings. Many comments are just not showing up on Paul's mods or being. I don't have any moderators. This guy's not going to stop, is he? He's just over and over and over again. Hey, the ZZ. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Rick Morris, do you see any mods on here? No blue riches. Oh, is that what they mean? Yeah, I had some mods on here back in the day. I did a lot of things back in the day that guys said you should do. And then I decided I didn't want to do it anymore. Is that what those blue wrenches are? Those are the moderators. Okay. It's been a long time. I had 2 or 3 guys on as moderators, but I thought, what's the point? You know? All right. All right. I'm going to wrap it up, kids. Let's see. China Dave, I'm glad you made it all the way down here. It's still Thursday. Love you, baby. May it reach. God bless you and your family. Keep up the great work. We love you, China Dave. I'm going to tick you up on that car offer when you get down there. And the ride home from LAX. Oh, you opened up your Schwab today. Good job. That's another good thing to do, guys, is have a Schwab account. You can find virtually any movie, song, or TV show online. Welcome to the 21st century. Now that I pull out my flip phone, damn it. Yeah, I actually prefer a flip phone. I hate to admit that. Paulie, no, I'm not. I can't stand Barry Manilow. I'm sorry. I have Schwab. Just put my stock. Oh my goodness. Just saying, hold up. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Most of your stuff found its way out of the apartment. We've still got to get with Rommel and give him your tie-dye stuff. Yeah, I heard of it. Anything else in that area, Mr. Ron? You turn out some noises, yeah. All right, kids. I think I'm down the end. Let's see. Paul, were you listening to the Stones? Yeah, I was. How'd you know that? I was listening to the Stones last night. No. I don't want to go, but I should. Let's see. Fun-loving Tim. Try to get some people that haven't chatted yet. Hi, Paul. Did you hear Renlin has a drone now? Good thing you're on a different island. Could be dangerous. Yeah. Good on her. Yeah, I did see she had a drone. Let's see. Check out the movie Stash poster. Pure gold and interesting on many levels. All right. I haven't talked to Stash in forever. You know what? That's the other thing. Half the reason, God's truth, half the reason I ordered all those microphones was for Stash. And see, my names today are I'm just losing it. Anyway, for the music, it's going to have a microphone here and a microphone there and a microphone on me. We're going to have all this quad sound going on. And I thought, man, what a great investment. Ground zero. Look at MJM and the Big Rock Apartments in Valencia. Did you have many problems out there? No, I don't know about MJM or Big Rock. I lived at Big Rock. I've been to MJM. The only drawback that I found to Big Rock was the road going in. The rest of it was cool for school. MJM, I think, if I'm thinking the same place, because they go by different names, what was I thinking of? Dulce Vita, maybe, is what I'm thinking about. But they're all good spots. Month to month, you get a lot of, they're easy peasy. I'll speak for Big Rock because I live there. You move into Big Rock, you got plates, dishes, sheets, towels, you name it. It's like a hotel. So you can come here with your clothes and your computer and your phone, and within 24 hours, you're all set. You're done. The only thing I didn't like about Big Rock was the road coming in. That was it. That was really it. Well, that and the lack of privacy, but that's a personal thing. But as far as the mechanics of the apartments, I felt the apartments were really well built, thought out. Design was well done. They have a pool. They have an area. They have parking area. I think that's another 1,000 pesos if you want to park your car. They do tend to, well, I won't say it, but it's very well attended. If you have a problem, they're all over it. They want to know about your problem. If there's something broke, they want to fix it, as opposed to other places that want to avoid it. So, but MJM, I got to figure they're probably about the same ballpark. Yay, man. Uncle June. YouTube is messing with your sub comments in Super Chats. Check my Facebook messages. Okay. We'll get around to it. Hey, Paul. Oh, Brown Al Bundy. I got to read this out loud. Hey, Paul, I just saw the bottom line on ESPN. Dean, if I can get through it, Dean assigned sexy Yorlani to an 18-year contract pending pregnancy test. No, you can't, buddy. Oh my God. Oh, I say forgive and forget, get on with your life, do your own thing. A lot of good people out there. There are a lot of good people out here. They're a lot better than bad. I think they way outweigh the negative. Let's see. Truthfulness, car salesman, LOL. That joke gets old. Exchange traded funds. Boy, am I behind. Look at all this. Let's see. The truth is the easiest thing to remember. I find those telling lies often forget weeks or months later exactly how they spun a story to you or someone else. A liar lies to others and you always. Yeah, that's the point. I was lied to by someone we all know. And a number of occasions. And that individual forgot that he or she, I don't want to name them, had told this story. And it was all cool. I mean, I got it. But I had to look at that individual differently from that point forward. Anyway. But truth is so easy and lies are so complicated. Just defending you. You're a good man. Who's defending me? Well, I appreciate that, David. From who? Did I skip a comment? My advice to the young is to find a business you can see yourself doing. Go to work for a company of that type, learn it, and start one. Don't, that's other good advice, Bill. Being self-employed can lead to big, big money. But if you don't have the acumen for that, I think the other advice is also sage. Work for the government, then be able to start two careers. If you go to work. But I was also telling the kid to get out and travel and see the world. So it's a hard balance, man. When you're young and you're trying to get started and figure out what you want to do. I think, at 19, maybe take a year and bounce if you can. Of course, that's easier said than done during COVID, right? But I think the idea that was suggested about a government job or a military job at a young age is great. Because let's just say you're 20 years old and you get your 20 in, now you're 40. And now you're 40, you can get, let's just say you were with the military for 20. Now you can go to the government and get a job for another 20. Now you're 60. Thank you very much, David. I try not to give advice, but every now and then I'm going to have to consider to stop coloring my hair. Well, for me, the hair color thing is okay. I like the salt and pepper idea. I would really prefer my hair to be like silver instead of white. And I swear to God, it's because it reflects off the camera. And since I'm on YouTube and stuff, then it would play better. Might photograph better too. But I don't think it would it wouldn't be like trying to make me look younger or improve my looks like that was possible. But a salt and pepper would be fun. I mean, I got no problem with people doing facelifts, for example, if that's important to them. Let's see, if you go to Social Blade regarding the income range, triple the lowest number, and that's what the YouTuber makes. I would disagree with you because my lowest number is something like $27. So I don't think you can find the formula, buddy. It may have worked on you because this is my buddy John, Sense of Style. I'll check Social Blade and I'll do what you said. But I think they said I make $27 as a low end. And if I triple that, let's call it 30, that's $90. I make more than $90. Yes, 1500 cc. Let's see, just so you know, Paul, Corpsman FMF is Fleet Marine Force Corpsman, pronounced Corpsman. See, I'm doing better. Not Corpsman, no biggie. I just wonder if the guy noticed the pronunciation. Yeah, well, I'm not really the greatest at pronunciation, as I've proven today. As I get older, I'm just getting worse and worse at everything. Oh shit! You know what? I said 1500. See, I've been on too long. It's 3 hours. It's 150. Did I say 1500? I apologize. You guys are right. That's why you're making things about Harleys. It's 150, not 1500. For $1,600. After May's fashion show, I suggested she could take you to the Ukai Ukai for better clothes. May knows how to find a better deal. Yeah, the problem with Ukai Ukai is they don't have my size, bro. Shirts or shorts. Been there, done that. Let's see, any more? Those are almost cars. Let's see. Do young Filipino women want to move to the United States to escape poverty? I don't know. I don't know. To escape poverty? If you stopped it, do they want to move to the United States? I could probably answer that better. But I can't pretend to know what a person's motivations are. Money can't buy happiness, but you can rent it. Yeah, pesos pick it up. Let's see. All right, kids. I'm gonna bail out of here. People that say money doesn't buy happiness doesn't know where to shop. Jackie Gleason. Oh God. I'm not a troll, Paul. Okay, we'll give everybody the benefit of the doubt. You sure sound like one. You're whining so much about comments that I'm not blocking. Oh, good. Paul, appreciate your true self. Tell it like you see it. I apologize to everybody for telling everybody my gay looking scooter is a 1500. It's 150. It's 150. Yeah. Oh my God. Let's see. Is there any hope May's migraines will go away after dental work? Probably not. We got the big tooth out. There are 3 more cavities to go. So we're going to make her an appointment for that. And the dentist, God bless her, is going to refer somebody that's like a neurologist. So I would love to get in there and find out what's going on in her noodle and see if there's anything there. X-ray, CAT scan, MRI, whatever. She has damage to her shoulder. That could be part of it. Could be a simple matter of diet change. There's so much. Could be a deficiency in something in her blood. But we're all doing the best we can. I'm trying to do a process of elimination with the eyes, the teeth, anything that's got to do with her noodle. And it could be emotional. I don't know. But I think the emotional part would give you a headache for a few hours, you know, if you got upset, and you could sleep that off and wake up feeling better. 4 days, that's got to be a physical ailment. Let's see. Paul's Dusky, when he gets to a super chat, the comments jump. That's a fact. You must do YouTube or you must do live streams, because I do. When I get to the bottom and I can't go any further, it goes up, and then I can't get what was before that. After I check, okay, relax, sweetheart. We'll get there. I still love you. After 60, the roots of your hair begin to grow and they touch the brain. It causes the hair to turn white. They don't find anything to touch. The hair falls out. Oh, that's funny. Oh my God. Yeah, see, all my hair switched from growing out of my head to growing out of my nose and ears. Me too. Yeah, see, he was attempting to send you a super chat, Paul. No trolling, just being a good sub, letting you know the problem. All right, buddy. No problem. Let's see. YouTube says 296 watching now. Started streaming 6 minutes ago. Sorry, you got to start over. I do have too much fun on this. This should be against the law. You guys are funny. Yeah, there's my friend in Panorama City. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to bail out, kids. I'm just getting tired. We'll just flip some comments up. I want to get some people that haven't had a chance to be on here. Thompson. Thank you, William. We appreciate you. Let's see. When Martin Agnew, when searching for rentals in Dima, I find the prices are higher on Facebook. Can you suggest where else to look? Oh, it's so hard to shop out here online, period. I found that out because I tried it myself, and I am here. What's it called? Dumagetti expats? No, it's like, I think if you type in Dumagetti on Facebook, you can type in Dumagetti rentals, house rentals, lots for sale, bid for me. There's all kinds of different groups. There's no centralized Craigslist, where you can go off and look at cars or houses or rentals or RVs, machinery, jewelry. It's all these little separate deals. The online thing is brutal because the pictures are usually very amateurish. That's the right way of saying it. What else? You don't know what the conditions are next to you, behind you. If you look at a house I'll just use Las Vegas because that's where I'm from, and you're in a suburb, those things don't even enter your mind. Stuff like water pressure don't enter your mind. Electricity doesn't enter your mind. Loud neighbors just doesn't come to the forefront. We're out here, they're big factors, man. Boots on the ground. It's the only thing I can tell you. That's how May and I found this place. My friend walked by and knows the owner. There's no for rent sign on this house. It wasn't listed anywhere. They just relied on word of mouth, and guess what? It worked. My friend said, "Hey, I heard you're looking for a place." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I know about this place." Showed me this place. I said, "I'll take it." Not that simple, but you get the drift. Let's see. So I don't think I've ever seen this guy. And a foreigner telling lies in Australia. I like it already. Can you or may put a copyright claim against raw facts in your videos? He talks about using Filipinas and morality, but then he uses your videos to talk over. I don't care. I guess I could, but I don't care. There's no such thing as bad publicity. So if he wants to use my stuff, rock on, All right. Let's see. The truth is, I don't mind the trolls coming after me. It's still views, and those who buy their lies don't. Well, you have to give credit where credit's due. I always try to let the audience decide, use their own judgment. Somebody picks up on someone like that or something like that and believes it. That's who I kind of feel is the victim. Let's see. Dean must be getting soft in his age. Last few times he's been on your show, it's the same girl. Sadly, yeah, I think so. I think he's going beta on us. I'm doing good, David. All right, kids. That is the last of it. I'm going to sign off. Sayonara. 3 hours and 19 minutes is 3 hours too long with me. So thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for tuning in, chiming in. Try to be nice to each other, okay? Catch you guys later.